たった一つたった一つのたった一人たった一人の私はここ
Reparations on the table, nigga, we ain't seen shit. Put us under pressure, nigga, we ain't even sweat. Came out shining like a diamond in the middle with some mess. On Martin Luther King, bitch, we coming for our check. Headed to the capital to stake my feelings in the mind of a radical. You can't ride with me. I'm my only witness when I handle my business. Pull it from the hip, say bye-bye, Billy. No more time for no coasting, I'm on the highway focused. I ain't even smoking, I'm just riding my emotion. Both eyes open, I'm just trying to keep calm. Put an extra set of eyes on them doing recon. Knee deep in snow, say you try and keep going. Told him get up out the cold before my nigga deform. Every old wound seem to getting retorn. I'ma write deep poems to a nigga reborn. I'ma make a statement before I make it out alive. No Channel 5, I would rather make a lie. Before the news try to make a nigga out alive. But the pain in my eyes on a much bigger prize. 501, both hands in the sky. Little do they know it's no plan to survive. I ain't finna give them no chance to decide. I'ma put they feet in both hands in the fire. Dancing in the fire like Eshak. You gon' test the water, never get both feet wet. We done overexposed the city defense to the overexposure indecent. They don't know they diving in the deep end. Ain't no way that they surviving through the weekend. Everything blown in the flash like a beacon. Drowned in the flames, it's too late to let it sink in. Got 10 ways I can be vengeful. Sitting on 10 grenades, every last pinful. This guerrilla war, they don't know what they in for. I can hear them at the door trying to move in slow. I can hold them off, I got 3 shots. Taking every soul for at least 3 blocks. I can smell the fire burning through the sheetrock. Seeing bodies in the flame, nigga try and reach out. This is how you practice what you finna speak out. Thinking about the facts that they try to leave out. This is for my roots running through the deep south. Dying for a cause, what we finna beef out. If you ain't about the cause, what you finna beef out. Showing up deep, we gon' bring the streets out. Every man line up, showing what your street out. An independent state, what a nigga need now.
I feel the unholy spirit when it's moving through. Dark side, clearing up all the lies and the rumors too. Dark side, you say you want my life, you gotta fight me first. Dark side, come outside round here, there's nothing like church. Dark side, come and get this life work. They talked about Jesus, give them something to Babylon. Just know my whole team is battle tested and battle strong. One world speaking that Tower Babel tongue. Cole Hammurabi thinking ancient Babylon. No pun intended, Reaganomics had us under avalanche. We took off like a rocket, they was praying we could never launch into the upper echelon. You can never be yourself. Every day is Comic-Con, fast money Ramadan. Who collected Condacom? Cold check my vital signs. Motel 6 float. Woke up with the brightest mind. Out of sight, out an idle mind. They hate it when you idolize. We living in the final times. Guess you Ellen Keller blind. Spirit when it's moving through. Dark side, clearing up all the lies and the rumors too. Dark side, you say you want my life, you gotta fight me first. Dark side, come outside round here, there's nothing like church. Dark side, come and get this life work. Put my soul on the altar, I never offer a sacrifice. The blood that we need for the lamb ain't never acting right. I take my path tonight, knowing that I might have to fight. I probably grab a knife and a 9. I guess I'm packing light, focus on the now, just as much as the afterlife. I recognize the spirit is only taking up half the fight. Stairway to heaven, He won't make it up half a flight. He working, making bacon, bitch. Probably out on the Sabbath night. Shoot for the moon, hoping to hit a satellite. You can ask him why when they see me, they call on Adonai. When we both know at the most he telling you half a lie. Feel the transition begin to happen when passing time. I came back in the sky, just like an astronaut, to say you selling Africans out. See you and Asking Mike, and it's sad to say they really had it bad for Christ. And I hear the Habasha thinking they are the half is
Holy Spirit when it's moving through.
dark side, dark side.
Clearing up all the lies and the rumors too.
Dark side, dark side.
You say you want my life, you gotta fight me first.
Dark side, dark side.
Come outside round here, there's nothing like church.
Dark side, dark side.
Come and get this life work.
Power to the dark side, power to the dark side. What's going on, family? What's going on? We definitely got to give a special praise to the most beautiful goddess of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, Stemia, whose image is the most beautiful Whoopi Goldberg. Power to the dark side, family. Definitely. We got a lot to talk about. And first thing I'm going to say is, right, I'm in the middle of watching the Hebrews to Negroes. You niggas got to be stopped, man. God damn, bro. Like, really? I'm watching the Hebrews to Negroes, right? Hey, yo, man. Damn, man. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm going to leave that one alone for right now. I'm going to let that one slide. Like on everything. I'm going to let that one slide. But damn, y'all got to be, eventually, y'all have got to be stopped for this. Right? Y'all got to be stopped, man. Like, hey, yo, man. I just got to ask y'all one thing. Where the hell are the Hamites? Like, yo, that's all I want to know. But look, man, I'm going to leave it alone. Nah, you know what, Cube? No, because at the same time, brother, and let me make sure I shout out everybody in the building real quick before I get into it, man. Shout out to Black Sun, what's good? The Arena Uncensored. Shout out to Planet Free Spirit. Appreciate you in the building. What's good, Karate Introvert? What's good? What's good? What's good with you, Michael? Peace. What's good, guy? Outside the Cube in the building. Shout out to Domo. What's good? What's good? Now, my issue, right, with going against Kyrie on this, number one, we got a lot of hypocritical ass shit going on right now. Right? Now, do y'all remember a few years ago when Kendrick Lamar dropped the whole fucking Israelite album? Do everybody remember that? Loyalty and royalty inside my DNA. And he had his one West ass uncle at the end of the song. Y'all don't remember his uncle Carl Duckworth, a member of the IUIC, was the last song on the album. Do y'all not remember the NBA promoting the hell out of that song in that album? Do y'all not remember that? The NBA promoted the hell out of that Israelite ass album. Not only that, LeBron backsliding as James, what did he do? He said that the album really resonated with him. Oh, really? The Israelite album. The Israelite album resonated with you? Fast forward. Now this nigga's throwing Kyrie Irving under the fucking bus. Oh, no. And Kyrie Irving made a real slick move, bro. Anybody who knows the old Israelite trick is to say Jewish. Right? And I'm definitely gonna be pulling up his Let me see how can I do this. I'm gonna be pulling up this shit too, man, cause y'all better believe this screen overlay. Yeah, y'all better believe, right, that this nigga pulled a real slick move. He pulled the old Israelite, you know, the one where we always get into it with these dudes over the damn word, the ish, the ish, the ish. So watch what he does, right? Real smooth. See, a lot of y'all thought he had backslid. Nah, the nigga was real strategic on how he was gonna apologize. Kyrie Irving, while doing research on YHWH, I posted a documentary that contained some false and anti-Semitic statements, narratives, and language that were untrue and offensive to the Jewish race, religion. And I take full accountability and responsibility for my action. I am grateful to have a big platform to share knowledge, and I want to move forward by having an open dialogue to learn more and grow from this. Watch what he does. To all Jewish families and communities. Now, we know this nigga watched the documentary. That's the first thing that you're going to learn. One of the first things you're going to learn as an Israelite coming in, bro, is that they claim to be Jewish and is Jewish for a reason. Right? Simple and plain. And he already told you you can't be anti-Semitic if you know where you come from. So the nigga believes he's a Jew, and he believes that these people are Jewish. So, of course, he's going to apologize for anything that was offensive. Watch what he does. You know, emotions for being unjustly labeled anti-Semitic. He was unjustly labeled anti-Semitic. Right? That's what he initially reacted to, instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary. Now, number one, he shouldn't have to fucking apologize for saying that he is a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and goddamn Jacob. Like, what are we at in the world today where you gotta apologize for coming from Pinocchio? If a nigga want to say he come now, and this is the worst part, who he's apologizing to? These people are part of the reason why this nigga's confused on who the hell he is in the fucking first place. So I get you, Q, on, yeah, this is all bullshit, but we wouldn't have this bullshit problem if these people didn't fuck us up the way they did. Now that they done fucked us up the way that they did, we decide we want to be fictitious characters and have a claim to it. These people have a claim to being these fictitious characters. And not only that, they done took a whole damn land behind it. So why we can't? Nah, bro, we not doing that. So yeah, the nigga had his own little, what you call it. Yeah, they tried to get him, but he pulled a little slick little Jewish move. Now LeBron James and Shaq, bro. Shaq is the like, you dudes are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now you got Shaq's ass. This nigga's theater been playing this man movie the whole time. You got Jeff Bezos, a damn Jew. Nobody's even talking about this dude. Amazon is running the movie. I went on ahead and paid it before they try to, you know what I mean, before they do make a move on it just in case. But I don't really know how to, I'm starting to kind of get a little bit confused on how to feel about this shit, because really when you think about it, nobody really knew what the hell was going on and what he posted until they blasted the shit everywhere. Now they've made this movie a #1 movie. One of the top trending movies on Amazon. And it's multiple lessons to learn from this. One of them is being ready for your moment, right? So I gotta say shout out to that brother who made the documentary, because he made it preparing as if it was gonna be a #1 movie, you know what I mean, documentary on Amazon. And it just so happens to be a #1 documentary on Amazon. So shout out to him for preparing for his moment. It shows you how the universe works. I'm gonna leave the dangers of the movie alone. Like, we got to deal with that at another time, another point in time. And that's just because I can't allow, like, I can't get on it now at a time period where niggas is trying to get on Kyrie Irving for being confused and then trying to make him apologize to the people that confused him. Jewish people who benefited off of the slave trade. They benefited off of this nigga's confusion. They continue to benefit off of this nigga's confusion. As we speak, they benefit off of our confusion and they want to make us apologize. No. Hell no. Let's play a standoff game. You prove you come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob then. You do it. You do it. Before you try to make a nigga apologize for saying he come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you do it. And then he didn't even much say that. The nigga just posted a goddamn tweet, man. It's just a tweet. Just posted the link to it. He could have been against it. We don't know if he was really against it for it. Well, I mean, we kind of got an idea now. But damn. It just gets, it starts to get silly. Like, and mind you, the very people who kind of control how our image is produced around the globe. This is 100% psychological warfare. Yeah. Did it with Nick Cannon. It's like, yo. Yeah, like dumb, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was yelling. I'm like, yo. I ain't gonna lie, man. That movie, that documentary is dangerous. And for it to be pushed the way that it's pushed, I really was like, wow. They separated sub-Saharan Africans from Northern Africans through cranial structure. And I was like, that's an L, bro. That's an L. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that's got to be, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know, this is more of an Africanized version. Hell no, man. Nah. These niggas is yo, they gotta be stopped. Yo, I'm just here to say, they gotta be stopped. And to be honest, man, the only way that this is like really productive in any sort of way is if black people do decide that, yeah, they like actually believe that they the Israelite. Then maybe you can get some sort of productivity, because now maybe you can get some sort of order and people to kind of move on one accordance. But like, man, this could be a real damaging documentary to our psyche, yo. Like, not only that, in a lot of ways, it kind of it undid a lot of the work that we see, like a Dr. Ben and a Dr. John Henry Clark and them do. And so it's like, we gotta come to the table or some shit about like some of the way that niggas is like shaping their history and shit. Power to the dark side, Mongo. Like, we really, really got to, because it ain't like it's not productive for us as a whole, especially globally in a lot of ways. And who we get, like, who turns out to be a part of our family tree, it is counterproductive to like blackness and shit. And I like really, 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 man. I don't know. It's something that we're gonna have to talk about. Maybe I have to, in order for it to be a discussion that doesn't necessarily, I guess, get out of hand. I have to have like a volume of the book on or something like that. That way we can kind of discuss it in a way that maybe we can come to some sort of grounds, because in a lot of ways is all out. If you someone who believes that you know, to me it's really kind of no way not to be disrespectful once you label anybody, any African, a Hamitic, right? And then, or a Hamite, and then almost now once you start kind of like where it gets really dangerous for black people is when you separate the shim from the him, and then you go in and you try to show like the separation between shim, and then it's like the family tree of shim was really, 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 really dangerous. But I think at the end of the day though, I like, maybe it is a way, because I guess if we talk about energy, it's like something that you can kind of transfer and change in a way. And so we look at this information, and this is information I would call like, this is mainly European information on how they kind of like remove black people from history, to be honest. And I guess if it's black people using it, and they're kind of like, I guess if there's like, I don't know how you can do this without it being um reverse racism. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I'm having a hard time like really seeing that aspect of it, because all of it just kind of feels like reverse racism. Eh, some of the same issues that I was having from the beginning. We talked about all of the different tribes and stuff like that were just being taken and made into Shemites conveniently, and it just so happened to be all of the kingdoms and shit. So then when it's like, if every kingdom, that's just like we go to West Africa, right? And it's supposed to be Hamites there, and then the Shemites move into West Africa. But every single kingdom in West Africa is an Israelite kingdom. Now, if every kingdom is an Israelite kingdom, what the hell are the Hamites doing exactly? The people who we would deem as natives to the area. Like, what if all of these languages and stuff get brought in, like, even when and this is like the dangerous part when we talk about this doctrine. Like, the claim is like that culture and these and different languages and judicial systems, and like, you know what I mean, in general, ways of govern, ways of like of 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 enforcing like an economic system, irrigation systems, agriculture. They, like, the claim is that all of these things are brought into Africa. And so what they even do, because it's hard for them to do even that, they try to do a border. They create this invisible border in Africa called sub-Saharan. And this sub-Saharan is in a lot of ways is to discredit you. And see, I think a lot of people who like deem themselves as more foundational blacks, or people who deem themselves as ADOS, or people who are just more so just dealing with like black people in general. I think what they lose sight of when we start talking about the importance of history is that the message hasn't really necessarily changed in society, right? The people that we are dealing with that captured us are the last evolution of man. That's the same like that's still the doctrine. And so they even put the image that we get that goes around the globe of us, right? Is the type of image that just shows that we're holding the world back from the continue, like from them evolving into the next step. And so that's always been like this doctrine, is that the issue is that that people of our skin tone it has been holding the evolution of man back. And in order for man to fully evolve, now we start talking about um, natural selection, right? In order for man to fully evolve, we must be gone. Y'all don't understand that. We must be gone. A part of getting rid of us and people not having no hard feelings is getting rid of our history, our contributions to the planet. And so part of that is showing is not only removing us historically, right? But then continuously demonizing us and showing as if we've basically always been dependent and its hindrance to the world, to the point where they have to show us how to talk, they have to show us how to write, they have to show us how to build, they have to show us how to grow, they have to show like all of these types of things. No, I'm not making this up, bro. This is real. If you don't know that when we power to the dark side and scheme, the future in the building. Well, when you say eradicate the slave class, I think the main thing too that they deal with is we talk about a control too of our population. I mean, we see it on a regular. Anytime they claim that they need millions of people dead, or there's too many people on the planet, who do you think that they're gonna look at in order to get rid of, bro? That's us, right? It's only so long. We see CO2 taxes, meaning that they tax you to breathe air in California, right? We see that they tax you. It's only a matter of time before, and they started that tax because they said you were breathing in too much air. You was taking up too much air. It's only a matter of time now before what happened. We we see that it's only one's answer to that, bro. So we see it. In order for certain countries to get certain benefits and certain things like that, what do they have to do? Right? They have to mess with their reproduction system. I mean, and righteously, I'm not. I mean, if you don't know we in a war, bro. I don't know. Let's see Q wanna play. Here we go, right here, buddy. So yeah, we talk about natural selection. They're not just talking about, you know, animals and plants. They talking about human beings and how humans evolve also. And that same doctrine that they had, that these people that we are at war with are the last evolution of man, that doctrine still upholds today. No different. So even when you get into science, the doctrine is, even when they're spilling their science, they have this hidden doctrine behind what they call mainstream science. So even the atheists, right? When we start talking about DNA, the doctrine upholds so much in the science, they start talking about mitochondrial Eve and Y chromosome Adam. These are issues. Why are they doing that? It's to embed a doctrine. They try to separate the Natufians from sub-Saharan Africans, even though we see that their DNA comes from what they deem as sub-Saharan Africa. We see them travel up from sub-Saharan Africa. Yet they try to label the Natufians as different from sub-Saharan Africa through cranial. Like it's real slippery shit that they be doing. We gotta watch that and be careful for ourselves. So even if we talk, you don't have to do that in order to claim you're an Israelite. And I think this is where, like, we beat up on this shit a lot, and it really is easy. But you guys make it easy. You don't have to do all of this shit in order to be Israelite. I say this constantly. The issue is that there's a sense of urgency to hold on to the book, and we just ain't had no control over. Like that's been the issue, is trying to fit ourselves into, like, no, the book is copied from the way these people live. The Limba tribe don't go to them. These people come to the Limba tribe with a book saying, hey, your practices fit the book that I wrote. How the hell my practices fit the book, the practices from the book that you wrote? We don't even see you ever practicing any of the Torah or any of that in history. That's an issue. Oh, my fault. I thought I had you. That's an issue. What's good with your soul?
Peace. Oh no, I dropped off. I was on the wrong mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually looking at a couple of sports talk shows on the Kyrie Irving situation before I seen that you was live. I was looking at Steve Wilcock, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was like one of the ones that was kind of, somewhat defending, because when you're dealing with this whole thing with the anti-Semitism and all that different type of stuff, that is only certain things that you can say, and is a big game being played. But he's willing to tote the line a little further than the average person on media, and this is part of this big game that's being played, because people are wielding power that we know that this thing is controlled by these people, and I'm talking about the media. So it's really hard for you to even say something without having to suffer consequences at the behest of these individuals. Yet they claim to be victims for some reason. You know what I'm saying? So with there's a lot of things with the Kyrie Irving situation that should raise the attention of Black men. Is a reflection of, because the only thing they could do is fuck with his money. That's really the only thing that they could really do.
Right.
So really, that's not really big of a problem. Just get your money right, control your own finance and shit, and you can say what the fuck you want to say, right?
Right.
I'm talking, for Kyrie Irving and shit, because like it's like, it's almost like back in the day where it's like the bullies picking on people that he could beat. And that's what, these people are doing, because everybody, all the people that said something, I think Jay Will was another person that said something like, how is it that Kyrie Irving is being the cornerstone of this attack when it wasn't his platform? He didn't even create the documentary. He just posted it with not even a message on it. He didn't even say, go watch this. He just posted it up. And so it was just a post. And it was a good point that Steve Wilcox made. Like, when I'm surfing through any, like, whether it's TikTok or, Twitter, which I randomly do, I rarely do. But I'm not clicking on everything that I see. Even if it's a celebrity that posted it. I'm just kind of like skimming through the whole thing, and I'm looking like, I'm saying, I skimmed through a couple of things. Some things I may click on. But it's like, me personally, I probably would have clicked on that. But
Right.
like, the average person
didn't even notice it.
They ain't going to notice that shit. They be able to, what the fuck is that anyway? Like, like the average person want to see that. Y'all gave it the promotion it needed. It was y'all. Y'all did more to, if it was, this thing was about the anti-Semitic, like y'all did more, gave it more power than what Kyrie Irving could ever give it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all are surveillancing these. That's how you know it's a surveillance that's going on over these NBA players.
Yeah.
Who told them? Who told them? You know what I mean? It wasn't no random person. Like who is it? Who is the person that made this a thing? Where they going and telling people about this thing? It's people surveillancing these NBA players, and it's like, yo,
it's just free promotion, bro.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, cool. Like, okay, so the elephant in the room also would be, okay, if you got a problem with Kyrie Irving posting it, wouldn't you have a bigger problem with the platform that he got it from? Wouldn't you have a bigger problem with them? Oh no, they don't. Like, they never even mentioned that. For them to double down on Kyrie Irving. Because I mean, even if you listen to his first press conference when they was asking him questions about it, and this is why he said, don't dehumanize me. This is why he said that. The reason why he said it was because it's like, yo, he made his statement pertaining to why he posted it. Let's just move on. No, they couldn't move on. They kind of like, because you can't post it. This is what that shit was all about. You can't do it. Jeff Bezos could do it, but you can't do it because we own you. We don't own Jeff Bezos. We don't own him. We own you, nigga. So you can't post it. So that's what that shit was all about. And like, for them to want an apology, that's the other thing. They literally had to, because really he was really saying that without saying sorry. He just was like, yeah, my goal was not to offend nobody. My goal was to search for my heritage. It was just so happened that this had my name somehow, whatever he was saying with the name, and kind of fitted to that and made him look at it and whatever. So that was him saying that my intention wasn't to be like attacking y'all. That wasn't good enough for him. You know what I mean? So the idea of them doubling down after that first conference was like, yo, and then like, okay, he didn't say sorry the first time. He didn't say the word sorry, and then he didn't say sorry again. Why would you want a sorry from after that? You know what I'm saying? So it ain't even about it being like genuine, like he feeling genuinely sorry. It wasn't about that shit at that point. Just think about that shit.
But I think though, when Domo says this really ain't about nothing, I think even if they get back to hooping, the damage is already done though. If you make a documentary like that, a number one on Amazon, bro, that's a L. What's good, God? That's a L. And it's like I don't know though who that's a L for though, because when I watch the documentary, me personally knowing what I know, it make me angry. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is we doing? But then it's like black people ain't made a decision on their jersey yet, and if that's something that'll kind of push, because you can say it does already as we speak. It already got kind of structure, and it is a decent amount of black people already kind of lean that way. So
Yeah.
I don't think I think if you can get a full push in that direction, I think that's the only product that you can get some production out of that for us as a
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like you know, with the Kyrie Irving and the constant attack, he had to use the word sorry, you know what I'm saying, for them to accept it. And remember, like I was telling you earlier, he gave money to the Anti-Defamation League and they gave it back. So they was trying to make a statement like, no, y'all take money for shit. We could shoot down your kids and you could take money for it. We're not taking your money. We're not taking your money. It ain't about the money. You know what I mean? So you can have that shit back. Oh, this was like, you know what I mean, a statement that was being made by that particular group of people to say that, well, y'all can talk about shooting each other and doing all that type of shit to each other, but you can't say shit about us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, let that be a lesson learned, you know?
Hey, I want to get in here real quick, man. Peace to y'all. Peace. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. So, number one, what he posted was anti-Semitic. There is no way around that. And we can't play these games because
How is it
what
anti-Semitic if they believe they Semite?
I'm
But
about to I'm about to tell you, and I did a whole video breaking this down
mhm.
because what he tried to hide behind is Kanye did the same thing. Well, I'm Semitic. How can I be anti-Semitic? Okay, well, let me ask this question: can you be anti-black and be black at the same time? Enter Candace Owens. Now see the difference is we have a
Bro,
special
that's a
word.
terrible
No, no,
analogy,
no,
bro.
no, 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 it's not,
That's
bro.
a
We but
false
see
equivalence.
no, it's not. We have a
Yes, it
special
is.
word. But hold on, listen, we have a special word. We don't call it anti-black. We have a special word for black people who are anti-black, and we call them coons. Jesse Lee Peterson. Are you gonna tell me that Jesse Lee Peterson is not anti-black?
Jesse Lee Peterson, yeah.
Okay, is Candace Owens anti-black in your
I mean,
estimation?
well, nah. Well, hold on.
Wow.
Uh,
Come on now.
nah, nah. Like
I mean,
she's
I mean, I
Republican.
don't want to go down a rabbit hole without first hearing his point.
Yeah.
So just for argument's sake, okay, we following you. Go ahead.
Right. So number one, you can be Semitic and make anti-Semitic statements or proliferate anti-Semitic paraphernalia. In this case, he did it over the web. So now my thing is I do back the brother. And this is the reason why I back the brother. Is because I'm against the fake black Hebrew Israelites. And for the past, I don't know, I want to say maybe 15 years, we have been not all of us, but there's been a sector of black people who consider themselves in the conscious community who have been carrying the water for the white Jews, who have been saying, no, you niggas is not no goddamn Jews. You're not Jews. You're not Jews. So why, my thing is this, why won't the Jews, instead of just writing them off, my whole thing is, why won't the Jews get into the ring, debate them, and actually face these fake black Hebrew Israelites? Because black people who are against the fake black Hebrew Israelites have been carrying their water for all these years. Why
Nah,
won't
bro.
they? Why,
Because
why won't they step into the? Oh,
wait.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Why
Okay.
won't they step into the ring and prove who they really are? Go
But
ahead.
they can't. First of all, they can't prove who the hell they are because it ain't no Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. So they ain't gonna be able to step in the ring and prove that.
Okay, that's my point. That's why I defend, bro. That's exactly why I defend, bro. My bad. Go ahead.
So, my fault. You defending Kyrie? Okay,
Yes, bro. Yes.
Saying Kyrie tripping.
No, bro. I'm defending the nigga, bro. Because you know what? Every single time I do a stream about fake Black Hebrew Israelites, I'm going against the fake Black Hebrew Israelites. I don't believe that they're Israelites. I don't. Now that this question is being levied upon the Jewish community, why won't they go back and show them how they are the Jews? Why does it take me, a person who was a fake Black Hebrew Israelite, to now go back at them? Why won't the Jews go back at them and have these discussions and have these debates? I'm saying no. I'm saying yes. What he shared was anti-Semitic, but now prove it was.
Yeah.
To the people that's saying,
you gotta prove this Semite. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, because that's going to open a whole door that they not trying to fuck with.
Exactly, because it's going to show all of this shit is bullshit.
Right.
And
they rather just sit on the side of everybody knows that we're Jew.
Exactly.
We don't want to put this on the table like this is something to debate.
Debatable.
And that's why they strategically are maneuvering themselves in this manner. Whereas one of the criteria that they gave Kyrie Irving was, you have to be schooled on some shit. So they're gonna be telling some shit behind the scenes. That's one of the things that he has to do in order to get in good graces of the NBA.
Remember what they did to Deshaun Jackson? They flew him out to Germany, and he had to go and see the Holocaust shit.
Right. No, that wasn't Deshaun Jackson. That was
it was.
No, it wasn't. Oh no, my bad. Deshaun. No, yeah, you're right. It was Deshaun. I was thinking of Deshaun Watson. Yeah, it was Deshaun Jackson. You're right. I was thinking of Deshaun Watson. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. And see, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, people think that I'm just like cooning or some shit like that by saying it was anti-Semitic. Yeah, bro, listen, you mean to tell me if some white dude shared some fucking rally of a black person being hung, niggas is finna be like, why the fuck did he share that? We automatically gonna think that he's a racist. So the Jews are looking at it like, why is he sharing this shit that's saying that we're not Jews?
I think what Blue was saying though, Q, now that we heard your point, and I clearly get your point. I think what Blue is saying is that, for example, like, okay, if you're talking about me, right, and I say, well, you're talking about me, right? You clearly see I'm a black man, and you say, well, and I say, well, that's anti-white that you're talking about me. It's kind of like that. I think the anti-Semitic part is the fact that he's raising this within a documentary is talking about that you're not Semitic. That's what they call it, anti-Semitic. The fact that they are saying that you're not Semitic. So it's just like that's why he made the statement of, well,
I know who I am.
I know who I am. So I can't be anti-Semitic because I know that you're not Semitic.
But see, listen, that's
Semitic.
But see, listen, that's the part that I have a problem with, is that you can be anti-Semitic and be Semitic the same way that you can be black and anti-black.
You can.
Jesse Lee
talking about Semitic people though.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, excuse me, when you talk about Jesse Lee Peterson and Candace Owens, these people are clearly back.
But they're talking about black people though.
Yeah, but they're anti-black though.
Yeah, they're anti-black because they're talking about black people. What Kyrie Irving is saying in the documentary is saying that we're not talking about Semitic people, so how can we be anti-Semitic? That could be an anti-white documentary.
No, the documentary is basically saying that the Jewish people that live in Israel today are not the real Jews.
Right. So they said that they're not Semitic people. That's part of the what they call an anti-Semitic. The fact that they're raising the question that you're not Semitic.
And it's really kind of the truth when you kind of think
but
about
that's
it.
the part. But that's the part. Listen, but see, that's the part where I agree with, because I don't want it to get messed up. Like, I don't agree with that. I agree with him being able to say that. But what I do want is the Jewish community is to come. It's just like a lot of noise and feedback.
I don't know. I think that's Blue.
But what I do want is the Jewish community to come out and defend themselves. You see what I'm saying? Because right now, bro, Bro, we all defend ourselves all the time versus Candace Owens. We call her a coon. Jesse Lee Peterson, we defend ourselves as black people and call him a coon. Why won't these Jewish people who are claiming they're Semitic come out and defend themselves and show that they are the real Jews? That's the only place where I disconnect when it comes to this conversation, because yes, I do believe that it's anti-Semitic. Because if these people are saying they're Semitic and then he's saying you're not, then obviously it's anti these people. But excuse me, but why won't these people come out and say, yo, we are the real people, and bring out, the legend and be like this and this, that, and this, that? Why won't they do that? But instead, what they do is they hide behind this 1940s shit, like, oh yeah, we were in the Holocaust. Yeah, but to be honest with you, some of you motherfuckers wasn't even Jews before that. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this stuff is true. Like, a lot of this stuff is true. A lot of these people are really not bloodline Jews. And what they don't want to come out, because once you start digging into shit and start looking for shit, you start finding shit. Now, the truth of the matter is black people are not no goddamn Jews. But what they don't want to come out is that a lot of these white people over there are not Jews either. And that's my point of contention. That's my only point.
And that would be a bigger thing. Who you think would take a bigger hit?
I think black people got more claim to being Jews though than they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah,
no, they don't. Bro. No, they don't.
Because even if you look at it from a standpoint, if they both not Jews, who is going to lose more from that? If they say, "Oh well, we did the research,"
the white Jews,
exactly. So they have. That's why they're doubling down, and that's why they're moving the way they're moving, because they don't really want to have that conversation for real.
See. I want this twofold. Let me say this last thing real quick.
On the practices.
Let me say this last thing real quick.
Yeah.
I want this twofold. I want these Jews to come out and show that niggas is not no goddamn Jews, and at the same time expose themselves. So I'm really the person that's sitting back eating popcorn, waiting for the whole shit to explode. You see what I'm saying? Like, I understand that a lot of these people are really not Jews who say that they are, and I know for a fact that the black people who claim that they're Jews and all this dumb shit, these motherfucking fake black Hebrew Israelites are not even black Hebrew. They're not Israelites. So it all works out for a person like me. So I'm not cooning. I'm not hating none of this crazy shit. I just want black people to understand that we are not these people, because we have a problem mentally that we want to be associated with something great. This is why motherfuckers cling to Egypt. This is like, even when Lex says like this dumb shit, like the hut in the grass hut and all this dumb shit. Like, yeah, I get what he's trying to say, because he's trying to say, like, you know what, fuck all that shit. We don't need that. I get it. But at the same time, like, we need to rid ourselves of white supremacy, but it doesn't mean we have to go to the fucking Stone Age to do it. So I understand what the brother's saying, and it'll be a win-win for everybody if you guys catch my drift.
Don't change up your cooning now, nigga.
Yeah, I think that with any group of people, that's one of the cornerstones of defining who they are. I think that, one of the biggest problems is that, you're dealing with a people now in the age of information, and, post millennials, I guess you could say Kyrie is sort of a millennial on the other end, it's like, yeah, in the age of information, we still don't know who the fuck we are. So he's looking on the internet. He's looking to try to figure out, you know what I'm saying? And this is what he's running into. This is the type of stuff that he's running into. So it's like, yeah, that's a big problem for a group of people to still be kind of stripped of that knowledge of self, to really have a defendant. Everybody holds on to their shit. It's the St. Patrick's Day every motherfucking year. Is no leap year where they not having that shit. The Mummers Day parade here in Philly is every year, and they out there faithfully. You know what I'm saying? They celebrate their holidays. They know who they are. They know their heritage. They know their story of who they conquered and all the different type of shit. Yeah. So if it's like, yeah, you're the only group of people that don't really have that. Only thing that people will acknowledge without not having to tussle and fight is the fact that you were a slave here and that you worked under another group of people. Like,
but see, you know what? And this is the problem, is that we are not ready to start from zero. We are not ready to say, you know what? Slavery just made us a whole different group of people. We can respect the people that we came from, but the people that came over here to America, we were a fucking conglomerate of so many different nations to the point to where it made us a new people, and we're not ready to start from the bottom.
We do that.
No, hold on. When I say
like
we,
black people as a
hold on,
whole,
no, let me clarify. When I say, come on, of course not. When I say we, I'm talking about the fake Black Hebrew Israelites and ones who, envelop themselves in that doctrine. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Because everybody on this panel, we understand this shit because we're not fake Black Hebrew Israelites. We understand, like, hey, this is something that happened to us, and we find our way and we go forward in life. But these people, they need to have this validation from a greater power, and this is why they fall into this. Because I fell into it myself, and thank the God I don't believe in that I came up out of this shit. So, I apologize for saying we, but I meant we in a different perspective.
I got you. I think one of the mistakes you make though is that on that question of the anti-Semitism part, I don't think you properly explain because if niggas only left it at Black people are the original people of the Bible, ain't no anti-Semitism in that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's at that point. Now it's a question of interpreting the scripture and what you get from that. The issue, like with the documentary, for example, is when niggas start using fake quotes from Hitler. Like, we don't need to attach ourselves to Hitler in order for us to make this Israelite argument, this Hebrew argument. We don't need to use him as proof of nothing. And then the most egregious aspect of it is it wasn't even that it was just a quote. It was a quote from allegedly something he said right before he died. I mean, they even say secret quote that is believed to be from right before he died or some other shit like that. And where Hitler expressly states that Black people are the Hebrew or the Jews or whatever. But it's like, nigga, keep it at the scripture. Like, talk about whatever happened in Deuteronomy and everything else, and show better in that aspect. But as soon as you attach yourself to talking points that you can also hear from white supremacists, from white nationalists, like specifically anti-Black groups, then that's when niggas group you in to anti-Semitism.
So hold on, I disagree with that, bro, because I think what you're doing is, and correct me if I'm wrong, what you're doing is you're saying like it's okay for the documentary and for him to share it, but in that documentary, they're saying that the white people over there and those people who claiming that they're Jews, this dude is saying that they aren't Jews. Now, if this dude was saying, hold on. No, but please let me finish.
That's what I said though. So you can finish, but like you're not responding to what I actually said because I know I thought you had said something about correct you if you're wrong. So I am willing to correct you right now.
All right, go ahead.
I'm saying that the information, I made no stance on him actually sharing it. The argument I'm making is that niggas arguing that they are the people of the Bible is not anti-Semitic, regardless of whether or not we agree who the people of Shem are. Right?
I made that clear.
I'm saying anytime, right? So I'm saying anytime Black people then start crossing over and using talking points and narratives associated with white nationalists, associated with Hitler, then you get grouped into anti-Semitism.
Yeah, but it goes. Go ahead.
And so, like, for example, the example I used was they use a secret alleged quote from Hitler to say that even Hitler says that niggas are are the Hebrews. That's anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't argue whether or not Hitler was anti-Semitic.
well, how would this quote be anti-Semitic?
But see, that's my whole point.
It's where it's coming from. It's Hitler espousing the information.
Oh, okay. So you say just because
it came from an anti-Semitic place. And see, that's my whole point, is because the documentary is arguing that these people are not Jews. So now you're right on one aspect, which I agree with. Yes, the conversation should be had. But when you say that these people are not Jews, that is anti-Semitic. Now, what I'm saying is this, and I want to be clear.
Okay. No, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Now let's have the conversation. And then after we have the conversation, if it's proven that these people are the Jews, anything after that, okay, now you're just being an idiot.
Well, I think that I mean, if anybody watched the documentary, I watched about half of it. So
I watched it. I watched the whole shit.
I think that part of it would be like the semantical part that I know that we're accustomed to doing because I've seen many a documentary. I made documentaries with that type of language because because it's for a specific group of people, so now that everybody's watching that, certain things like I think it was made a reference to the white Jews, the white so-called Jews being devils. It was
right.
Statements of talking about like the fake. It was like kind of insinuation of the fake Jew, and all that part can be used to frame this anti-Semitic thing. Because I think it's all an act. All that shit is an act on the part of the media to make it like Kyrie Irving has this unlimited of power to influence motherfuckers and all that. I think it's all bullshit. They wanted to pounce on Kyrie Irving. That was a great opportunity to do it, and he did it.
But let me ask you this.
From the standpoint of the actual documentary, yeah, it was a lot of things that could be taken. How the documentary, because there was a lot of information. I was like, okay, he went to go interview tribes in Africa, and okay,
bullshit.
And I see, looking at that, and so.
But let me ask you this.
Hold on a second. Like so from that standpoint, I can agree with Adomo. Like if he kept it there, like interviewing these tribes, the Limba tribe and all that type of stuff, and make the connection and certain aspects of the heritage that exists amongst these group of people and all that. If he would have kept it there, if the documentary would have kept it there, it would have been a harder sell, to try to play this anti-Semitic game that they're playing.
Right. And let me say this real quick. And what you're saying is, if he would have just included himself or black people as Jews instead of trying to question their Jewdom, if you will, that's what makes it anti-Semitic. It's because he's saying these people are not. If he included himself, that's another thing. Now, but let me ask you this, Sola. So if you have, when we had these abos saying that the slave trade happened in reverse and we didn't come from Africa, we would sit from here to Africa, and somehow this small population of black people just filled the continent with billions of black people. Well, 8 billion of black people. Isn't that anti-black?
It could be viewed as anti-black by some people that's not of the idea.
I zoned out, bro. Can you repeat that?
It's like it can be viewed, I think, within the context though. It's like, I mean, on the one end, if we making a comparison, it's like on the one end they're saying that they're not Jews, so we know for a fact that these people have cornered the market on being Jews, so much so that everybody is like hands off when it comes to anti-Semitism, and the ADL has been formed as a result of this, and everybody acknowledges that these are the people, and they acknowledge that with money, with reparations, and all these different things. So it's very, very critical that they have to do something. If somebody's saying, well, you know what, they're not the real Jews. So it's like, wait a minute, we did all this stuff for y'all. Y'all not even the real Jews. So it's like, all right, so that's on the one end. Now with black people, it's kind of like the other way around. It's kind of like with the
I don't see a difference, bro. I really don't see a difference.
Well, I'm just explaining how I see it. So it's just like with the black people, it's the other way around. I think that a lot of foundational black Americans, they have an abo type of stance because it better supports the argument of reparations, I guess. And then it's like it's not saying that that they're not black people. It's just saying that we don't come from Africa.
But hold on though. But let's be fair though. Before there was an ADOS or FBA conversation, we were fighting these goddamn pretendians. We were fighting these people. So when it came up, when black people were saying, no, the slave trade happened in reverse, that goofy dude, I forget his name. We were all against. Calloway? Yeah, Dan Calloway. When he was doing, I had family members sharing this stuff to me, and I'm like, yo, this is trash. This is garbage. So I use that in the same vein because We had to defend ourselves against this. There was no other people saying, "Oh man, we should strike down Dan Calloway and cancel him." The popular media didn't give a f about that. We had to fight that ourselves, and we still fight that today. So now, when it comes to this Jewish conversation, why aren't they putting together their slides and then they're putting together their best historians to say, yes, we are the Jews? That's my issue with this conversation.
Well, the quick question is that they don't have to. But
that's the problem. But that is the problem that I have, bro. Is that they don't have to.
How would you approach that? I mean, we could talk and say like on this platform, but how would you approach that in mainstream media? Like you would go on there and say, because even like the Steve Wilcox, the people that feel as though they could kind of tote the line and kind of say a little bit of how they feel, they would never touch it from that angle, because it's just like, how the conversation going to start? Well, let's put that on the table. Are y'all the real Jews? Y'all going to have to show some evidence. How far do you think that's going to go, bro?
See, but that's due to the stranglehold that the Jews have.
Of course. So that's why that conversation needs to be had.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that, bro.
But before we get to, I'm gonna let you go, Lex. But before we get to that, you can't just jump out there and say, "Well, let's put that on the table. Are y'all the real Jews?" As opposed to what it don't fuck how they pouncing on a motherfucker or what they pouncing on a person for. We should be offended by the fact that they have that power to do it.
You know what I'm saying? I agree, bro. I agree. And that's what I'm actually saying.
That's what the focal point should be before we have any conversation. Like, how is it that they have the power for whatever reason? Whether it's Kanye or Kyrie, we had this conversation before. Like, it ain't about the particular situation. It's about the fact that
they don't even have to explain themselves.
Yeah, like Adidas gone. They pulling like, yo, the school shut down. Like we can pull they just pulling shit. That should raise a flag for black men. Like, yo, how do they got this much power over our asses?
Yeah, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. Like Lex said, I'm cooling by bringing this shit forward. Like, this is the way I feel. Like, am I gonna support Kanye? No, that nigga's I don't want to curse on the channel. That dude is a damn coon. He sleeps with white women and have babies with white women, and then after that, he tries to use his blackness as a shield to go after the Jews. Hell nah, nigga. You Negro, you made all of this money with these Jews for all of this time, and now you want to come out now that they playing you? No. You're not gonna use this shield of being black, but then you want to denigrate it at the same time. That's not gonna happen. So no, he's a coon. He's done. He's written off. The hell with him. But Kyrie, I back him for the simple fact that let's have the conversation. Let's have this conversation on if you are Jews or if you are not. Because black people, we've been having this conversation for about 5 years with these damn abos, and people know we've been having these conversations. This is why the drum beat is so damn heavy right now that it is when it comes to reparations, because we know that we are descendants of slaves. No matter if you want to rock with ADOS, FBA, or whatever the case may be, we know that this is who we are, and we can prove that this is who we are. Why won't these people do the exact same thing? They write us off. They don't even want to talk about it. Don't want to have a conversation.
They do. They would. But this is the thing, though. They say you can be Jews. You can be. That's the point. That's why niggas ain't like put it on the tape, because it's like we're not fighting that. A black person can be a Jew.
Through conversion. They're talking about conversion, bro. Yes, you could go right now, say your 5 Hail Marys or whatever the hell. You could become a Jew right now. But what they're laying claim to is that they are the original Jews, this bloodline of people that didn't even exist. This is what the fake black Hebrew Israelites are saying. So what I'm saying is, okay, so if these people did exist to you white Jews out there, why don't you come and defend it? I get what you're saying, and I agree with you brothers on here.
That's why Cube, that's why you are cooning, because everything you're saying is what I was saying before, that conversation is being forced. That's why we shouldn't attack the messenger, because there's a bigger picture, and you're saying it. They don't have to prove anything, and if they did want to bring it to the table, then that would bring a whole bunch of stuff out in terms of the support they got, the money they get, and people's view of black people, all of that. So that the important conversation. Why would you spend time attacking Kanye and Kyrie, even though whether you believe they're coons or not? Kyrie threw a party, non-black girl party after the championship game. He said no black girls was invited. I still remember that. And then LeBron had to throw a party that said no white girls was invited after that. So, I mean, everyone does some cooning. And just like right now, I believe you're cooning. But at the end of the day, when do we put aside the emotions and personal convictions and just see a bigger picture and go after the people that you're supposed to go after? Because now we're at this point where even though the Jews are fighting or whatever, the spotlight is on them. That's what they don't want. That's their whole point. They don't want to talk about Jewishness, good or bad. They don't want to have no discussion about their history and who they are in the public because they know what's going to come out. That's the point. So now black people have a way to leverage themselves in imagery and in politics, you know, and the reparations conversation. The fact that when you look at what they're doing, they're showing Kyrie didn't hurt anybody, but they hurt Kyrie. Who's the victim here? They hurt his money, they hurt him, so they're showing their face. So the bigger conversation becomes, let's have our discussion about the imbalanced relationship with blacks and Jews. That's what they're trying to avoid, bruh.
Well,
do y'all not understand that? So when you take your time to go after who you perceive as a coon, I just think it's just low-level political thinking. Who gives a fuck whether Kanye or what's the name's a coon? Why are we gonna go out of our way to say no and be all self? No, you did this, so nah, nigga, like, and then just be on the nigga shit again, like not giving a nigga a break. When they already paid. Hold on, bro. And they already paid the price for whatever cooning they did. That's why they're making them pay the price. Why you want to make them pay a price for what they said? You want to join in with the Jews and take away some more endorsements, or they paid the price. So, I like, and in terms of anti-Semitic, no, because the video, in my opinion, was not about them being non-Jews. That was a part of the video. The video is about Hebrews being Negroes. And in that conversation, they're exposing that the Jews are not the real Jews. But the video's not called The Jews Are Not Jews. It's Hebrews to Negroes. So that is not anti-Semitic. That is his point of view. That's the same way if anybody would do that. Like if the Aboriginals did a video, the black Aboriginals talking about who the Indians, they would shade, or these Mongoloids are not Indians. That wouldn't be anti-Indian. That's just their cultural perspective in terms of we feel like somebody's stealing our identity. And that's important. But at the end of the day, how does it not serve us politically? You know, in terms of challenging them and now reassessing our relationship and using it as leverage for image and media.
Okay, so now this is the classic case of a friend.
And by the way, Cube, what's stupid about saying mud huts when that's what our people was living in West Africa? What's stupid about that?
Because it's archaic, and you don't have to use such an archaic reference to build our people up today.
You're slow. If I say we got to be proud of the mud huts, you're not using that to build our people because we know that's archaic. But what I'm saying is we not ashamed of it. And there's people still living in mud huts today because when people talk about our people, they say, oh, they was living in mud huts, as if that's something to be ashamed of. Slowpoke, psychological, subliminal slowpoke. That's just like somebody saying rap music is bad music. When we know, like, in associating rap with like gang, and we be like, nah, nigga, KRS-One rock him. I know that's not the point that I'm making, dumbass. Though, no, it's not. KRS-One is not bad music.
No, you said
Rakim is
rap.
not bad music. So
you said rap.
The point is like, yo, bro, like, you know, I mean, you sound so intelligent sometimes, but you don't want to make dumb statements. Talking about when Lex say dumb shit like mud huts, nigga. Our people
that's
over there
dumb as
still
fuck.
living. Our people still live in mud huts. Some of them over there
And you know
still
what?
live in
We as
mud huts.
black,
So are you saying those people
right,
are
right.
dumb? See, this is what I mean
No,
by the
no, no, no.
coon.
You just
This
told
is what I
no. Stop.
mean
You just took that.
by
I never
this is
said
what
that.
I
I never
mean.
said. I
This
never
is what
said
I
that.
mean by the coon shit. Like,
No,
bro,
I
mud
never said
huts is
that.
there's nothing wrong. Mud huts is actually smarter than modern shit.
No, it's a huge problem
I
with
can
that.
make that argument because mud huts don't
All right.
fuck up the environment. If you knock them shits over, they can just rebuild them. It's easy living. There's no rent to pay. There's a whole nother argument to that. So, bro, like, just stop trying to compete with Lex. I'm not even on a panel and you saying shit like Lex saying dumb shit. Y'all got to stop that. Like, just be you, bro. We respect your intellect. You can't fuck with Lex in no way. With you're an atheist coon who attacked Kyrie Irving. And now the other day you were saying they hope that they take all his endorsements.
Yes,
and now
I do.
today
Yes,
you're
I
coming
do.
back on here talking about I want the Jews to have to prove themselves, but without the conversation of Kyrie and Kanye, it wouldn't even be on the table, dummy.
Right. Okay,
it wouldn't
so now
even
watch
be on
this.
the table. And it started with Kanye and all the way back to Nick Cannon. So when you say these dudes are coon, Nick Cannon, I mean, what? Was he a coon too? So it don't matter. These are coons with voices. And if you believe he's a coon, nobody else could start this conversation like that. How the Hebrew Israelites been on the internet for 10 years saying it. Kanye makes one statement. So that's the power of the media, fool.
Right.
So it don't matter who they are. You use what you can and transmute the energy for yourself. But we're not going to take the time to go attack a nigga for what he said when there's a bigger conversation. We attack niggas every day. There's enough niggas to attack. You see what I'm saying? At what point do we say, okay, we can always find fault in a nigga, no matter what we doing. We can find fault. So you're unmerciful to Kanye. Fuck him. Fuck that nigga. He married a white bitch, had children, such and such and such. And that's self-hate. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they're destroying and they're trying to take our brother's money. I don't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? And if we and it goes back to this.
That nigga and his money.
I get it, but it goes back to this. The true collective mindset. And I understand y'all's arguments. I'm not saying they're not legitimate at all. But when I see Kanye up there, I see me. And that's the difference between me and you. I see me, nigga. And I see every black man up there dealing with that. So that's the difference, nigga. You's a coon.
So now watch this. Let me read what I posted, right? I want to read this just real briefly to just respond to this nigga because he clearly is not fucking getting it. He's not getting it. So now I said, damn. So Kyrie apologized, eh? I say, now do these people turn their pitchforks on Amazon for selling what Kyrie promoted? Don't bet on it. See, this is why black people can't stand with these fucking entertainers. They all fold and go for self when pressured. We desperately need to let these people fight their own battles, which they'll only apologize for eventually. A part of me wants these Jews to continue feigning distress and make it to where he can't play in the NBA any goddamn more. Because if he isn't willing to risk his
coon shit right
let me
there.
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Yeah, you want to stop it in the middle.
I
know you want to stop it. I know.
After that.
I know you want to stop. I know you want to stop it in the middle.
Let me ask you this.
I know you want to stop it.
Is it the 20% European that wants them to completely stop him?
Unfortunately,
hold on. What part of you is that? Is that the black part or what? Or is that the what part?
Unfortunately for you, I don't have 20. Unfortunately for you, I don't have 20% European DNA. Nice try.
You coded, nigga. You just never. But what part of you? So you telling me there's a part of you? I know, but there's a part of you that would be satisfied if they just kicked him out the NBA and said he ain't making no money. There's a part of you.
Unfortunately for you, I don't have 20% European DNA. I can put my shit up on this shit right now. But let me finish. I said a part of me.
Is it, Q?
It's like 12. But a part of me wants these
So that
Jews
part,
to.
then, whatever, however percentage you had, that's the part that wants Kyrie out the NBA. But go ahead,
Okay,
Q.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
My
fine.
nigga.
So a part of me wants these Jews to continue feigning distress and make it to where he can't play in the NBA anymore. Because if he isn't willing to risk his opportunity to play in the NBA, standing up for what he and what we thought he believes in, then he shouldn't have the opportunity at all.
Why would
Kaepernick-
he when there's niggas like
Let
you
me-
out there attacking
Bro.
him? Like, bro, but hold
This
on.
nigga's an
That's what I
idiot,
mean.
bro.
That's the point why I said it was important for us
retarded.
not to attack them, because it sets precedent. Because think about it. If I'm a nigga with millions of dollars and I come out and say some shit and more than half the black community is still like, fuck you, why am I gonna, what am I doing?
But see, hold on.
Why would I
you
risk
made that up?
all
Bro,
of
you're
that
lying, bro. Bro, you're
and
lying.
niggas
You're
themselves are
lying,
attacking
bro.
me.
You're lying. Bro, you're lying. You're
an
no, you're lying.
example.
See, watch
So
this.
the
See,
next
this
nigga,
is
the next person, Q, will think the
come
same
on,
thing.
bro. Just bro,
So
let me
that's
get my
why
shit off, bro.
Shaq and Barkley and them, that's why they went the other direction. I ain't fucking up my money for you niggas. You ain't gonna back us anyway.
But see, watch this. I just spent the last fucking 30 fucking minutes defending Kyrie that the conversation should be had. And for some reason, you're suffering from some bout of fucking mental retardation that you can't even understand that I'm defending the brother that the conversation should be had. But you're saying, no, you're cooling. No, fuck I'm not.
Said you want the conversation to be had. You don't give a fuck about Kyrie. You just you said you said a brother like me. You said a moment ago, you said for someone like me. And this is what I mean. You're only doing the cube thought. There's no collective consciousness in anything you're saying. It's cube shit. And
What
cube
the
is right.
fuck
My
are you
personal
talking
perspective.
Bro,
there's
I
no
literally just said, hold on, listen, bro.
what you're saying.
Listen. You're not tracking very well because I just said, I sat on here and I said it's a win-win for me because the fake black Hebrew Israelites can be found out to be false.
Though. I'm talking
listen,
about.
Bro, hold on, bro. Listen, slow down. I said,
why is it a win-win for you?
I'm trying to tell you, but you keep interrupting.
And how does that matter with the collective of black people?
Okay, great. Do you want the answer? And what I said is because the blacks can find out that we are not no fucking fake ass black Hebrew Israelites, and then subsequently we can also find out that the white people who claim that they're Jews are not even really the Jews. So then we can then strip away this.
But what about C?
Bro,
what if the world wakes up and realizes?
All that shit you talking.
What if the world wakes up and says, "Oh, those black people are Jews"?
Dumbass shit right
That's
now,
the real Jews. Hold on, I'm saying you said
no,
okay. You didn't give us a C. You only gave us.
Listen.
So you telling me if the world fucking recognizes?
Bro,
now I'm not saying
idiocy,
you know where
bro.
I stand. Hold on, Q. But really, listen, bro. Because you said A, B. You said the black Jews don't find out, white Jews we find out neither one of them are Jews. But what if the world does believe what the black people are pushing and the black people?
But it's not
Jews?
True. It's false, bro.
It's not.
It's a non-starter. It's a non-fucking starter because the black people are not Jews.
Hold on, listen, Q.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Are the Jews Jews? But they still. We don't believe in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But
why
look
the
at the
fuck are we having this conversation when I just
want
said?
You to realize, hold on,
listen, bro. See, hold on, bro. No, bro. Please let me finish because the problem
is an intricate part of the convo that you want to avoid. You don't want this part to come out.
There is no intricacy involved. There is no intricacy involved.
If the Jews,
the only problem is
true.
you're not listening.
Hold on. If it's not true, then what
so
about
let me
the
just
Jews?
Go ahead and mute you, and I'll just
the political.
So the political. This is the problem. This is
why
the only
have they
problem.
been able to benefit off a lie? But you're saying that black people wouldn't be able to benefit off the lie.
The only thing that I want
that's what you're missing.
The Jews to come out and have a debate, discussion, so forth and so on with the fake black Hebrew Israelites. And once they have that debate, what's going to happen is that these fake black Hebrew Israelites are going to unveil a lot of shit about these white people who say that they're Jews and are actually not. So then that will diminish a lot of their power to where it would bring a lot of things to the forefront to where a lot of white people and people who support Israel don't even know. And what it would also do is it would also show that black people are not fucking Israelites. So it's a win-win for me.
How?
And when it's a win-win for me, it's a win-win for our whole culture.
wrong?
Because this is bullshit.
how would they both be proven wrong and then it's some benefit? Because if they prove that because if it's proved that those people are not Jews, then the documentary was somewhat correct.
Bro, how are you missing? Bro, listen. The reason why you're missing is because you're not listening. Bro, listen.
Bro, stick to sports. Sociopolitics is not for you.
Listen. If the fake black Hebrew Israelites can raise questions that these people cannot answer, it will diminish their power in the people who think that everybody in Israel is a Jew. But then,
all right, so that means that the Kanye West. Does that mean that the Kanye West statement was effective then in opening this conversation?
So you don't want to have a conversation?
Could you answer that though? Does that mean that the Kanye West statement was effective in sparking this conversation that you hope happens?
No, that does not mean that. That does not mean that at all.
How do we get here?
Bro, no, that does not mean that, bro.
Then you telling me we would have got here without all of this?
Yes, we would have.
How?
Bro, the fake black Hebrew Israelites have been on corners for years, consistently.
And it hasn't got to this level. See, you dead right there, and you know you just died, bro.
No.
You just went back to the fake black. I said, how would we have gotten here with this big hoopla, whether people believe it's real or not, without the Kanye conversation? Would it be here?
So what you're saying is like, okay,
you're not answering the question, Q. You're acting like a black Hebrew Israelite right now. Would we be here? Yes or no?
Bro, this very second, no. But when we eventually got here, we can
so
say
why
yes.
would your coon ass not see that and deal with the aspect of dealing with the Jewish community in the conversation you want to have instead of focus on attacking your brother outside the coon?
Nigga, these are not my fucking brothers, you idiot. These are not my brothers.
That's the problem.
No, bro.
That's the problem.
No, they're
That's
not.
the problem.
You sound crazy.
Whether you like them or not. Okay, because if we reverse it, let's reverse it.
You know what? Cain killed Abel, nigga. Cain killed Abel.
If black people were saying, "Oh, we had big companies," and a Jewish dude said something, and black people started canceling, saying, "Oh, you Jewish people about to get fired, lose all these endorsements." Would the Jewish community say, "Oh, that's not our brother," because they didn't like him personally?
Bro, I don't give a fuck, bro. You sound dumb.
But this is the difference. Well, I'm trying to tell you the difference in niggonometry and real political power. The Jewish people, so all right, we understand that you got a nigga mind, but I'm saying the Jewish people, this is what makes them powerful. This is what we can learn. Because their attitude,
you lost your nigga mind. You lost your nigga mind. Now you got a Jew mind.
Their attitude is, you fucking niggas, you goyim, whoever you are, you will not come against God's people. None of us, not one. Not the bum on the street Jew, not the Jew that's the alcoholic. Nigga, we'll deal with that. Your goyim ass, mind your business. See what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to show you. So even though we might not like Kanye, when it comes to the collective political arena and image, that's why we're not feared. Because yeah, we can shoot one of them niggas. And a lot of them niggas gonna be like, oh, fuck him. That nigga was a gangbanger, or he deserved it. It's the same shit when some people say, it was some black people arguing for Trayvon Martin, saying he wasn't no saint. That's what the same shit. But no, one piece of blood is precious, nigga. You coon ass nigga. One blood.
Nigga. No, it's
and that's
not.
what you don't realize, nigga.
No,
you take one of ours, nigga. We take 1,000 of yours, and that's how you get respect as a people.
No, it's not.
I don't give a fuck, bro. That's why, and that's why the Jews are able to do what they're doing to Kanye. Because you know what they had to do? There are other people at Adidas or other Jewish or Nike or whoever was on those boards. They might not even gave a fuck about the situation, but they got a phone call from their Jewish brothers. Yo, you see
all
what's
of this,
going on? Oh yeah, we got it. Oh, he's canceled.
Elevation
the niggas. But if I call you, if you one of the niggas we have to call, you're gonna be a nigga like, oh, fuck him. Fuck Kyrie. See the difference between your inferior mind
and he's saying,
and the Jewish
as long as he's saying something that makes sense and it sounds good, we should support him.
Nigga, but I love you. You're still my nigga, but you're an inferior nigga. because
Okay,
you don't
cool.
understand.
All right,
Collect,
cool.
nigga,
Come on, let me get it in, bro.
if they
All right, let
shoot
me
you
get it
down
in, bro.
tomorrow, if they shoot you down tomorrow, there's gonna be ignorant ass niggas that don't understand the bigger picture.
Okay,
Niggas
bet.
that didn't hold
Okay,
on, Q.
bet.
Niggas that didn't like you that's gonna say fuck you. That nigga was an
Okay.
atheist.
Okay,
See, that's the
bet.
same
Okay, bet.
dumb shit. But if they were smart, they would see that bit and they'd be like, nah, I don't give a fuck if he was an atheist, if I didn't like him. If they could shoot down Cube, they could shoot down my son. They could shoot down me, brother. And that's what I'm telling you about Kanye and them, bro. You focused on the wrong people, whether you agree with them or not.
These Jews
collectively
should be able to destroy these niggas financially, however the fuck they want to.
When everyone see
mention
you,
and say
when
shit
everyone
against their
see you,
people.
Kyrie is on your face. Kyrie Irving and Kanye West is in your mirror, nigga. They're in your mirror, and that's the problem with black people.
Are you done, bro? Are you done, bro? God damn! Like,
go ahead, Q.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm
done.
So what this dude? So what this dude is doing? He's pushing depravity politics. So no matter how fucking ignorant, no matter how heinous this fucking person is, just because he's black, we have to support this shit. No, motherfucker. Two things can be true at the same time. We can denounce someone. And see, this is what's so fucking sad about dumbass niggas in the black community that we don't get. Because we can have a person who's half black and half white. They'll go shoot up a fucking store, rob some shit, and they automatically say that they're black. We should be denouncing these motherfuckers, but we don't do it because, hey, they got that 1/32 of that fucking black blood. And see, a nigga like Lex would be like, well, see, he's black.
Man, you bringing up some
man,
totally
let me finish,
different,
bro. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish,
non-equivalent, false equivalency.
Come on, bro. You said your dumb shit already, bro. You said what you had to say. Let me finish. So now what he's saying is we should support them no matter what. Even if this dude came out and said, listen, man, I'm sexually assaulting these women just for black people, and this is how we're going to get back.
Stop,
he would want
stop.
Bro, let me finish, bro.
Now you're
Come
being,
on, man.
No, because now you're getting stupid. Now you're getting stupid, bro. See what I'm saying? Now you're getting low.
See, there you go.
No.
There you go.
Now
there you go. I just caught him.
Stupid, bro.
I just caught him.
Say no
I just
shit
caught
like,
him.
I would support a nigga saying I'm sexually assaulting black women on behalf of the black community, bro.
I didn't say black women. I said he's sexually assaulting white women.
Bro. I would not support no. That's not even close.
Now watch this. Now watch how he just.
That's not even close to this political arena, bro.
Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. You said all you had to say.
Who was Kanye and Kyrie hurting the black community by what they said, bro?
Bro, can I finish?
How did they hurt black people?
Bro, I know you got a lot of questions.
How much money did they take out of your pocket, coon? None.
Bro, I know you got a lot of questions.
That's a personal fucking.
I know
the White Lives Matter T-shirt. Okay, I don't like it, but you didn't get hurt by it. You didn't lose no money. Nothing,
but you the cool. But you
talking about assaulting someone? Stop it, bro.
But you the cool that said you would wear a White Lives Matter T-shirt.
I'm not gonna judge him and hate him for the rest of his life for wearing a fucking T-shirt. But you the cool
that said you would wear the shit. But you the cool that said.
But
you're the coon that said you would wear the shit. Oh, nigga, that's nothing to talk about. Let me finish,
That's a small nigga. That's a nigga fucking problem. A T-shirt.
There you go.
That don't even cover half the shit we talking about.
Okay, well, let me cover the other half. Well, let me cover the other half.
And we got the Jewish community trying to destroy our brothers. They did it to Nick Cannon. They're doing it to them now. And you talking about a motherfucking T-shirt.
Listen.
Nigga, you silly as hell, bro.
Bro, let me finish, bro. Please, goddamn. We heard your fucking bullshit and they don't say anything. We already
finished. We don't need no more.
These are the same niggas. See, listen. see, here's the difference, bro. Here's the difference. When Muhammad Ali said, fuck that, I'm not going to war, niggas rallied behind that shit. Niggas rallied behind that. Why? Because it actually meant fucking something. He didn't do a bout of demeaning and degrading fucking black people before he do it. He didn't do any of that shit. He didn't put on the fucking White Lives Matter T-shirt. He wasn't stepping, fetching, and high kneeing for no white people.
You still talking personal shit,
bro. Come on,
you acting like an emotional ass nigga, bro. Like it don't even matter in that point.
Bro,
you don't know what Muhammad Ali was doing behind the scenes,
bro. Like, how can we have a conversation? How can we have a conversation?
Because you're going on a tangent, though.
Bro, no,
and you're going way over in left field and shit. Just get to your point then. What is your point? Bring it up Muhammad Ali. We supported Muhammad Ali because it meant something. No,
when you
we
reach,
supported Muhammad Ali because it meant, and whatever was going on at that time, that's what it meant
they
at
mean
that time.
anything? So they mean anything?
No, what I'm saying is, let's just say some
Okay, then, so
random
it meant
nigga.
something. Shut up, man. You sound crazy. Let me finish,
Some
man.
random nigga.
Bro, just be quiet, bro.
Some
Like, what the
random
fuck?
nigga at that time could have said what Muhammad Ali said, and it would have had the same effect, and we could have got behind his statement. And he could have been totally.
Listen to this
Listen, he
fucking
could have been
goofy.
drunk. What
Some
I'm trying to show
random
you,
female,
silly
some
ass
random
nigga,
female, some random female like
he
Rosa
could have been
Parks.
drunk.
Some random
He could have
female
been
like
drunk
Rosa
that
Parks did not fucking want to get up. What are you talking about, bro? We got behind it because what the shit stood for, and it made fucking sense.
Dumbass.
Okay, so a stupid nigga like Kanye that's making money with these motherfuckers and then decides to levy out these fucking.
He said we got behind it because we stood for something. So that's what I'm telling you. Rosa Parks could have just been drunk that night. She could have not even. She could have been the biggest coon ever, and she just happened to. This is the point I'm trying to show you.
No,
and she
bro,
just
we don't
happened to
stand
not
for
get
coons,
up.
bro.
There was
See,
other
now watch
people.
this. Now watch this. I'm finna show you how this nigga's a liar.
People's eyes. I was still standing for your coon ass.
Bro, I'm finna show you how this nigga is a fucking liar, bro. When that African dude, when his white girl killed him, his OnlyFans girl killed him, niggas was not fucking with that nigga at all. Niggas was like, oh hell no, fuck that nigga. That was the unit. Bro, relax, bro. Let me get it out at least, bro, before you start trying to say this
niggas
shit.
Is dumb. That's the same shit, though.
Bro, you're not making sense. But listen, the whole point I'm trying to make is this.
I don't celebrate the death of black men just because they was with a white woman.
Man, see now you
that's
see,
cool
bro.
shit.
That's not
nigga
that.
shit.
No, listen, see, this is dumb. Nobody celebrated the death of the dude, but what we did not do is pick up our fucking pitchforks to have a problem because this dude denigrated black women multiple times over. So now when
that's
a white
not even
bitch
the same scenario.
Man, be quiet, bro. Let me finish. It is the same shit, and this is what you fucking missing because you don't get it. This same dude is denigrating black fucking women on Twitter multiple times over. So now, why the fuck should we pull out our pitchforks?
What's that got to do with Kanye and Kyrie?
I'm about to tell you, simple ass nigga, if you let me finish. When it comes to fucking Kanye, this nigga wore a White Lives Matter t-shirt taking a shit on fucking black people. So why the fuck should we care about this?
How did
Man,
that?
come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I want you to explain the White Lives Matter t-shirt and how that damaged black people.
Explain to me how this dude on Twitter denigrated.
Y'all see what I'm saying? That's why you can just kill the. Wow. I asked him a question and you all niggas always go
let me
blah,
finish.
blah, blah. How did it?
Finish.
Just tell us how the White Lives Matter t-shirt
mute this dude, bro. Please mute this dude, bro, because he not even let me speak. Hey, Blue, mute this nigga, bro. Hey,
how did it do damage to black people?
Blue, mute this nigga, bro.
Just answer the question, nigga.
No, bro, I'm done answering questions. I'm trying to speak now. Mute this nigga, bro.
Yo, just leave black conversations out of your mouth, bro.
Bro, listen.
You know what I mean? Talk about the Miami Heat or something, bro.
Yeah, right, all of that. Hey, mute this nigga so I can speak, bro. Because this nigga just interrupted me at every turn.
Shit for your ass, bro. You get out of here.
Well, then
Stop crying, bro.
But then shut the fuck
crying,
up, nigga.
Q. Stop crying, nigga.
Man, you
just
like
tell me how the White Lives Matter t-shirt.
Nah,
tell me how the
White
Lives Matter t-shirt makes Kanye forever condemned by the black community.
Here we go. Listen to the superlatives.
I know Domo can give me an answer.
Shit.
But you
all of this
can't.
Dumbass shit.
And
all
that
this
shit's gonna be some creative Fox News shit. Come on, Domo. How did the White Lives Matter t-shirt?
This is
dumb. Come on, Q. You can't be serious.
Hey, Blue, you gotta get a hold on the panel, bro. This nigga's interrupting me every single time.
I'm sorry, man. Words, I'm fucking with you, bro. Go ahead. I mean, I think you are cooning, but go ahead, bro. Finish, bro.
Right. So my whole point is this, and I appreciate you shutting the fuck up momentarily. So my whole point is this: when that African dude, you know what I'm saying, was saying these things about black women on Twitter, and then it was found out, black people took a step back, like, nah, we can't get behind that. Essentially, black people threw that nigga away. Like, did we still have a feeling about a white woman killing a black dude? Absolutely. Was there something there? Absolutely. But at the same time, nobody was willing to just go 100% for that dude because of the things that he said. And see, we have this ignorant ass shit in black culture to where just because a person dies or just because they're black, we're just supposed to ride for them 100%. Why isn't this nigga Lex riding for um Jesse Lee Peterson when he says the dumb shit that he says? He calls that
Because it
nigga.
doesn't have any political
Here we go. There you go.
value,
There you
dude.
go. There you go. There you
You
go. There
asked
you
the
go.
question.
There you go. There you
Jesse
go.
Lee
There you
Pe-
go.
If Jesse
There
Lee
you go.
Peterson said
There
some
you go.
shit that was uncharacteristic for him that brought up a conversation
There you
like
go.
this, I'd be
There you
like,
go.
okay, I'm fucking with Jesse right now on this point.
If white people,
And the
if
shit
white
you
people
brought up,
killed that
hold on, and the
motherfucker
shit you
tomorrow,
brought up, hold on, and the shit you brought up, if they killed him
bro,
tomorrow,
I ain't even
nigga,
bring up, bro. I ain't bring up shit, bro, because I ain't get
hold
to
on, I
finish.
can address that.
If white
If
people
white
killed that
people,
motherfucker tomorrow, you wouldn't have shit to fucking say. You would
yes,
probably
I
coon
would.
out.
Yes,
You
I
would probably
would.
coon.
No,
You would
no,
probably
no,
coon
no.
out. You would probably coon out
Listen,
like
bro,
the
you're
fucking coon
lying.
that
I'm
you are.
telling you right
You would
now.
coon
See,
out
this
like
is
the
what I
fucking
mean by
coon
you
that you
trying to
are,
win an
bro.
argument and being ignorant. You're just mad. You're embarrassed right now because your coonery is exposed. If
I'm
white
actually
people
not,
killed
bro.
Jesse
I'm
Lee
actually
Peterson,
not.
nigga, I would be doing the same shit. No, even though he was a
You
coon,
see,
I didn't like him. See, listen, hold up, bro, because here's the bigger picture.
this is
If I clap
idiocy.
for that, then I'm losing political power. I don't give a fuck who
Wow.
Jesse Lee Peter. I'm not gonna allow them.
This,
I'm not gonna
bro,
make
you're
it
dumb.
okay. Listen, you dickhead. I'm never
Bro,
gonna
you're
make
dumb
it
as fuck,
okay.
bro. You're
Okay,
dumb
listen.
as
If
fuck by
I'm
not
dumb, then why you
understanding
scared?
what I'm saying.
But you're being
Because
exposed
you're
right
not
now. That's why you ain't letting me
understanding what
finish
I'm
this. So
saying.
listen,
You
you
fuck,
don't want
bro.
this
You're
to
not
come out
understanding what
because
I'm
you
saying,
sound silly. I will
bro.
never
You're
make it
not
okay.
understanding what I'm
Listen,
saying,
Q.
and that's
I will
part of the
never
problem
make
is
it
that you're not
okay
understanding
for
what I'm saying.
another black
And I
person
refuse to
to
continue to
be
scream. So I'm just
killed,
gonna say what the fuck I want to say.
to be
So now,
killed
if
by
this
white
dude
people.
Jesse Lee
Unless
Peterson
that
died
motherfucker
tomorrow
was
at the
like
hands of a white
the
person,
Atlanta
what
child
you
murderer
would
or
do is
something.
you would not go full blown 100% to back this dude. You fucking would not do it.
It
You
depends
would
on
say,
what it
damn, this
was,
nigga was
dummy.
cooning, this nigga was doing this nigga was
No.
doing that. Now,
Why?
on the
Hold up.
flip
You're
side,
lying.
what you
Hey,
would not do
Q.
is
The only
you
thing I
wouldn't
don't
say,
want you to do is lie and speak
well,
for
he
me, bro.
deserved it.
Because I'm
You
telling you
wouldn't do
my
that
stance
either.
right now,
You
bro.
would
This is
not
the
do that
bullshit I
shit.
don't like, bro.
And see, this is the thing.
You
I
know my
understand that.
stance.
Neither would I would do that. And see, this is the same thing that happened with that black dude. This is the exact same thing that happened with that black
I
dude
didn't
who was
celebrate that.
denigrating black women. It was the exact same thing. Nobody went so far to say it's okay that the white woman killed him. But at the same time, nobody went full force to back him. It
And
was
we
just
were
kind of
wrong.
okay, well, this is the situation, and that's what
We
it
were
was.
wrong,
But see, what
dummy.
Lex does not want to grasp is that if Jesse Lee Peterson died tomorrow at the hands of a white person, nobody's
The
gonna.
black
There's gonna be a
community
few
should
people
go
that say,
off.
"Hey, you know what? The hell with that nigga. He deserved it."
The black
But Lex isn't
community
gonna say
should
that.
go off.
Lex wants to tell us that he's gonna propagate this dude and like, hey, he was a freedom fighter, and we gotta go hard for this dude. No, the fuck we
What?
shouldn't have to go, because this is what white people do, which he's actually
Sounds
trying to
silly.
show us. This is what white people do. Now he wants to talk about the Jews. The Jews do not. The Jews do not go hard for everybody. They
Bro,
know
you
how
not
to
a
let
voice for
people go.
black people.
And what
Dude.
Lex doesn't
Stop,
understand
bro.
is he doesn't want to let any black person go, which is unfortunate because sometimes
No,
you
I
have
don't.
to let
Not
certain
one.
black people go.
Unless
You
they're really
have to let them go.
abominable.
But he doesn't want to do that. He
If
wants
they're
to hold on to
abominable,
every single black person like they have some
yes,
intrinsic value, even though they may
they
be assaulting
do.
women, even though
See
they
what
may
I'm
be a
saying? You
menace
got a
in the
nigga
neighborhood.
mind, bro.
He
We all
doesn't
got intrinsic
understand
value.
these things. He wants to just hold on to it to, well, okay, they're black, so I have to defend them. No, the fuck you don't. See, what the
Yes.
Jewish people do is they're willing to separate themselves from toxicity. Lex hasn't,
Who?
he doesn't have the
When?
chip to say, you know what?
When?
Let's let go this person
Hold
right
up.
here because they're
When
toxic
did they
as hell,
separate
and the
themselves from
things that they
toxicity?
have been doing is not good for our race. Because he's saying just because they're saying something, we have to just join on to it like rats or roaches. No, there are certain people that think that there are certain things that people say that we should relinquish. There are certain things that people say that we should let go and distance ourselves from. Now, Kanye just happened to be one of these people. But what Lex is saying, oh, Kanye is a fire starter. He's the one that started the conversation. But what he doesn't understand is that no, just because he started the conversation, if you will, doesn't mean that we have to envelop and be behind him. We can also say, yeah,
No,
he
it means
started
we
the
gotta
conversation.
finish the
He
conversation,
is a black man, but we can distance ourselves from that black man. He isn't able to understand that for some odd reason.
No, it means that we finish the conversation. And if Jesse Lee Peterson gets shot tomorrow by some white people, the black community should go off. See,
No, there's no reason to.
All right, hold on, brother. You just finished talking. The black community should still
Doesn't
go
matter
off.
if I just got finished talking. You don't respect when I just got finished talking.
And this is what.
And there is no
right.
muting anybody. So who gives a fuck if I cut you off? There is no muting
right.
anybody. So
all
go
right.
ahead.
So
yeah,
you missed.
Yeah.
So this is the. I think this is the hump that we have to get over.
There is no hump. The hump is that you have to understand that we should not accept every black person just because they're black. And this is what other communities do. Okay, I'm just going to take off my headphones and speak. What other communities do is that they don't accept every person just because they may be from their race or their group. They don't accept all of those people.
Yes, they do.
But what Lex wants us to do is just to accept everybody. Just because they may be a conversation starter, we just have to accept everybody. And the answer to that is no. We should not accept everybody. Period.
All right. If you do that now.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done, but go ahead.
That is the hump that black people have to get over. That's what I'm saying. Because that is logical. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make a strong team. And when I say, yes, we must accept all black people, I'm not talking about if there's a black dude who ran around, he was serial killing little black girls. No, we're not going to accept him for that. That's not what I'm saying. But in terms of
you supported a dude. You supported a dude that was allegedly.
In terms of shit like this, in terms of shit like this, though, like in these issues, when it comes to social political issues of people bringing up things of importance, yes. When it comes to black people being victimized, yes, because that is where the power lies. That's called a team. That's called the weakest link in the chain. So what I'm saying is, giving black
by
people
a white person and going all in for Jesse Lee Peterson. No,
hold on, bro.
We need to learn how to leave people where the fuck they at. We have to understand this thing. Jesse Lee Peterson is a fucking coon. Candace Owens is a goddamn coon. The quicker we get to the point to where we can disassociate and detach ourselves from these people, the better we will be. But Lex doesn't see it that way. He's saying if anything happens to Candace Owens, if anything happens,
that's right. Don't touch
to all
Candace,
of these we shouldn't back these people.
Jesse.
We shouldn't.
You ain't gonna touch Tommy Sotomayor, nigga. Matter of fact, they ain't even gonna touch Cynthia G,
just because they're black.
That's what you don't get.
This is why we will fail.
They ain't gonna touch not one, nigga. Touch not my anointed, nigga. He wants to go to the extreme.
He wants to go to the extreme, to where what he wants to say to me is, "Oh, Cube, you're a coon because you're not backing this dude because he's black." But what he then wants to do is he wants to back everybody because they're black. No, that's not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. That's not how you get power.
No, we're not going to let any black.
You cut off.
We're not going to let any black person be victimized unjustly, bro.
Of course,
that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't want to cut off the fat, and this is why we are where we are right now. This is where we are right now, because he doesn't want to cut off the fat. He doesn't look at a black person as being that they can be evil, as that they can be the damn problem. As like he doesn't want to look at it like that. Whereas a person like me, I can see, if you can have evil people, then there's a possibility that black people can also be evil too. Now,
it doesn't
giving
matter.
people the benefit of the doubt has always been a problem.
A few lost sheep.
These are essentially famous last words.
Nah, bro.
Give a person the benefit of the doubt,
have a few
and
lost
guess what
sheep.
happens? This
For
is how murders
some
happen all of
who
the
may
time.
have,
Protect
But we're
yourself.
talking
You
about
have
what
to
other
protect
people
yourself.
do
or
to
even
But
him.
see,
some who fell
Lex
out of the
doesn't want to
fold.
do that. He's saying if you are
But you
black,
can't
he
just call
wants
them.
to
You
pound the
can't say
pavement for
wicked.
you. Anything that happens, that's okay. That's cool. He's gonna
Nah, bro,
defend
you're
you.
lying.
So
Not,
what I'm saying is,
I'm
why
saying I'm
nah.
doesn't
not gonna let
and
no.
see? This is the problem that I had with him when he
I
defended
think though
polite.
the
This is
hold
the
on, the
exact
issue
same problem that I had when he
the
defended polite
the
because I'm
issue
like, hold
though
on,
is
how are you defending polite when this
oh,
dude has been accused of the shit that he's been accused of? Why not just sit back and let the shit play out? But no, not Lex. He wants to jump out in front of it and defend that nigga. Why would you defend that shit when he's been accused of this shit? And it's the same exact fucking thing with a
Okay.
coon ass nigga like Jesse Lee Peterson or a coon ass
I,
female like Candace Owens. If these
Okay.
niggas get killed in the midst of their cooning, they fucking die doing what they love. Let these motherfuckers die. And
yeah,
we
I
should
think
be
it's
okay with
though.
that
God
because
damn.
people
Nah,
die every
I
goddamn
hold
day.
on. I think
People
it's
die
how
every
you
day.
deal with them
And
though.
that should be cool. Oh, hold on. You said something,
Hold
bro?
on, hold on.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
in
I had to
general.
take my headphones off because he wasn't gonna stop talking, so I just had to say what I had to say. I ain't hear shit. He said I took my headphones off.
Yeah. So
Nah,
the
but
issue
like
becomes when I.
If you
Oh,
want,
go ahead,
hey,
Blue.
you
My
weren't gonna
fault.
mute.
I,
You weren't gonna mute him, so
nah,
I just had to say what I had to say. Nigga
hold
said
on
I'm
though.
cooning.
I think in general though, when you I think in general part of the issue though, if we talk like right now when we talk about black people, we can't afford though to be politically correct with black people. And so I think we do that enough with trying to be politically correct. I think we can allow mainstream media, especially when we look at how like we look at mainstream media and the image that's produced about us globally, it's not politically correct. It's lopsided. And it's like when you look at it, we're trying to be politically correct. So yeah, we end up calling, we want to call out, but it's like, nah, either we just give them silence or something like that and just move on to the next part. Like
But hold on, this ain't a
it's
we
better
thing. Hold
not
on,
to
this
give.
is not a bro. This is not a we thing. You have to subtract Lex Vortex because he's gonna defend a coon no matter what the fuck these niggas say and or do. And if these niggas die by the hand of white people, he's gonna defend them. So it's not a we thing. It's a that nigga thing. So don't
Well,
say
I
we.
don't, I don't, I don't think it's necessarily about defending, but it's like some people you don't like Jesse Lee Peterson. Most of his energy and even what he built up, it came from us being angry and get. Yeah, I mean, we gave
So
him
so
that
let
energy.
me ask you
Like
this, Blue. Let me ask you this.
you
Hold
give
on, Blue,
Tommy
real quick. Let me ask you this,
Sotomayor
Blue.
energy.
If hold on, Blue, let me ask you this. If this dude, Jesse Lee Peterson, just was walking down the streets in Philly, wherever the fuck he films a show at, and the nigga was gunned down, are you gonna feel sad for that nigga?
Yeah, bro, that's some fucked up shit.
Why
you
the
don't think
fuck would
that's
you
So
feel
messed
I
up?
tell
sad?
you, man,
Bro,
that's
why
what
the
I'm
fuck
telling you,
would
man.
you?
That's what
Okay,
this,
yeah, I
this
got
Cause
it.
dude's
like
My
problem
bad. I had
is,
to
he's
take
bro.
my
because at
headphones
the
off
end of the
again because
day,
he's talking
capital
again when
to
I'm talking.
me
So my
is
question is,
beyond
why
Jesse Lee
would you feel
Peterson.
bad
Capitalism.
for a person
Oh,
that did
oh,
nothing but spread hate
because because
their
because
entire time on this earth?
bro,
All they
he
did was spread hate.
capitalized, bro,
So what
off of
you telling
Coonan,
me
bro.
is that you're gonna feel bad for this
Oh,
person,
bro,
even though what they've
bro. What are
done
you
is
doing
they've
right now?
caused
You
other
going?
white
Are you
people.
preaching?
They've caused other white people to even hate
He took
us.
his
Yo,
Excuse me,
headphones
to
off.
hate
He
us
ain't
just
even
yo,
listening
because
to
of
you
this
right now,
yo.
dude.
Blue.
So you mean to tell me you're gonna feel bad for this dude? I don't get it, bro.
Nigga pulling on heartstrings and shit. Yo,
Hey yo, but
yo.
the point I was trying to make, Blue, is it's not about defending, but I'm not gonna let
No, it's
outsiders.
okay. I had to
Vic,
take my headphones off
I'm
again.
not gonna
No,
let
it is about
outsiders.
defending
Hey,
because the
bro.
problem is nobody is defending no goddamn
Hey,
coon
yo, this
in the
dude is
shit
drunk,
that they're
Blue. Now,
doing.
it's not
If
gonna
this
stop. Now, he's
dude
in his
whole
Yo.
emotions and
MO
drunk,
is
bro.
to take a crap on black people, his whole MO is to take a crap on black people. Why should we feel anything about his
Bro,
death
but
when we don't give a fuck about him in his life?
that's
All right.
but
What I
that's
was
This
trying
our
is
to.
his
problem,
this is
bro.
his whole
Right.
shit
That's in
is to
house.
hate
That's what I'm
black
talking
people.
about.
So why do listen? everybody right now calls Jesse Lee Peterson a coon because of the things that he says. So now, just magically, because the nigga
So that
dies
means
by the
we
hand
gonna
of a
let
white
white
person,
people
now
kill
we're gonna
him?
be like, oh man, that's so sad. No,
Like,
That's
come
just like,
on,
bro,
man.
nobody's
you
gonna
know
give
your
a fuck
brother,
about what happens to
that's
that
just
nigga.
like,
If
your brother
anything, what
be
we're gonna
on
say
some
is,
bullshit,
that's
bro.
what's up,
Yeah, your
nigga.
brother be on some bullshit, and
No,
you can talk about your brother. You not finna let no other nigga sit up and talk about your brother, though.
yes, the
Hey,
fuck I
it's
am. A
like,
nigga like that, I am. A nigga, listen, a nigga like that.
See what I'm
Listen,
saying? And that's
listen,
game
bro. If your
over,
brother hated,
checkmate. That's all y'all need to hear,
okay,
bro. And that's what I'm
okay,
saying
yeah.
with
He
our
don't want to
people.
let me talk, so
We're
I had
not
to take
gonna
my
let
headphones off again.
outsiders.
So yes,
I'm not
if
saying we
my brother
support
hated
whatever
my
they
fucking
do,
guts,
but we're
if
not
my
gonna let
brother hated my
outsiders
fucking
batter
guts
and
and he let me
abuse
get beat
us,
up all
bro,
the time, and
and
every time we
co-sign.
you
got
gotta
into a
have,
fight, he let
like,
niggas beat
that's
me
on
up,
us.
motherfuck that nigga.
If
Because you
somebody,
know
if
what?
one of
If
us,
he's not with me in life, then he's not with me in death. Motherfuck that nigga.
bro,
And see,
if
this is
some,
the problem.
but bro,
Black people
you
cannot
wait.
detach themselves from
But
toxic
bruh,
fucking
how does that
situations.
look, bro?
Jesse Lee Peterson is
He ain't even
toxic,
Regardless of
listening.
whether
what,
he's alive or whether fuck
Hey,
bro.
he's
Blue, you
dead.
gotta mute him, Blue. You
Candace
God
gotta
O
mute
damn,
him.
is
Q, come
toxic,
on,
whether
man.
this
You
bitch
know
is
I don't want to
alive
mute you,
or
bro.
whether this bitch is dead. She's fucking toxic. So what we
Like,
cannot do is detach ourselves from that. We want to
damn,
still
Q.
hold on to this bullshit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute him, bro. Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
like you can't be
god
taking off
damn,
your
man.
headphones. Yeah.
Like, I was trying to
Bro, you
avoid
just
that. I'm
muted me,
like,
bro. You just muted me,
I ain't
bro.
got no choice, bro.
But Q, Lex ain't the only one that's talking though. So like when
Yeah,
you do
we
that,
like,
I'm
Bro,
taking
yo,
tell
off
we
that
my
nigga
having
to
a
shut
headphones.
the
full
fuck. Bro, tell him
dialogue,
to
Hold
shut.
on.
Bro, did you?
Yeah,
Hey,
but
hold on. But
hold
did
on,
you
hold
mute
on.
him
Listen,
though?
Bro, don't get in your
Hold on.
feelings, Q, bro.
hold on,
Like,
Q.
come
Bro,
on, man.
bro,
Like,
Q, real
yo,
quick,
bro.
real quick,
mute
real
that
quick.
nigga,
It was
bro.
just y'all talking. All right, it was like okay, it like all right, he doing it makes sense. But when Blue is like, hey, I'm trying to get in. Hey, I'm trying to talk to you, Q. And you, I mean, now you just talking over and talking past Blue. Now it ain't just about you and Lex no more.
No, no,
That's
no.
why I was
I
like,
apologize. I apologize for that. But that nigga was talking too, and that nigga can't speak right now. But go ahead, Blue. I feel you,
bro.
and I apologize.
Yo,
No, I
what's wrong with
apologize,
you,
bro.
bro? Like, what the fuck are you in your
Nah, cause
feelings
you
like
We
that
cooning,
for,
passed,
nigga.
bro?
Cause you cooning, nigga.
we
You
All
passed,
right,
cooning, nigga.
nigga,
That's
wait,
why.
calm
we
down, bro.
passed
It's
that
all
part
love,
though,
nigga. Don't get
bro.
in your personal ass feelings, bro.
It ain't personal,
That
nigga.
was,
All right,
I'm
then
talking
calm
shit,
down with
nigga.
the
Fuck
nigga
you,
can't talk, and then like, nigga, chill out,
nigga. You
nigga.
can't,
Damn.
nigga. You
we
can't talk,
passed
nigga.
that part though, bro. The discussions. So like, but this is what I'm saying though. The point of it being, even like, it'd be one thing if it was somebody that was black that heard Jesse Lee and they laid him out. That's a different story. But bro,
Nobody said that
how
though.
does that look though, bro? We let some other folks come in and snatch him up and lay him out, bro. That's a
But so
bad look,
what though,
regardless of what he was saying. Like,
bro? No, it's
bro, he
not,
black.
Exactly. It's
Nobody,
a
bro.
lack
like
of
It,
nobody.
respect.
bro. Come
When
on,
that image
man.
goes out, bro, there ain't gonna be no. They ain't gonna send the image behind it. Well, you know he was cooning for black people or against black people.
Bro,
All other people gonna see is that this was a
hey,
nigga that was choked out by some white people.
hey, let me say
Like,
this and I'm
bro,
gonna
that's a
bounce.
bad look,
Exactly.
bro.
And let me
And
say
that's
this,
all I'm
and let me say
trying to
this,
say.
let me say this, and
Image
I'm gonna
in the
bounce.
social
Like,
political
your mama
arena.
ain't finna want to hear, yeah, your brother was out there acting crazy. She finna look like
Man,
you just let your
motherfucker,
brother get beat up, bro.
bro,
Right.
listen,
Thank
bro,
You
listen.
know,
you.
you can't
but
just
I feel
let
like
your
Come on,
brother
man.
get
This
beat
is
up.
dumb,
it's
bro.
a ridiculous standard though. Just like, oh, what would you do for Jesse Lee Peterson? It's like, nigga, like how do niggas view niggas generally, specifically? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
We hate niggas.
Like, I mean, because
Generally.
that's the shit though. Like, so fuck nigga, fuck whether or not you would fuck with Jesse Lee Peterson, nigga. Would you fuck with a nigga that believe in the Bible? Because I think a lot of this shit it's really a situation where nigga who anti-Semitism and shit like that is the way that white people balance the race conversation. The only people that get accused of anti-Semitism is black people and white nationalists. That's it.
Right.
And we in our, you know what I'm saying, political and social goals couldn't be the closest, you know what I'm saying, from being, you know what I mean, from being different and
So
being apart.
Domo, you agree like if some white boys caught Kanye in the alley right now and fucked
This
him
is
up and
dumb.
No,
like killed him,
I don't believe racist violence is racist violence, regardless of the politics of the nigga involved.
Right. Who the fuck would
A
want
Republican
that?
a
No, I'm saying, but you
Republican
saying
a Republican black man getting lynched is a black man getting lynched at the end of the day. I'm not like that's
right.
what I'm saying. That's a
Like, I'm not
ridiculous
letting no
standard
white
though.
people put their hands on
You know what I'm
Candace
saying?
Owens just because.
Man, I
Right,
finna,
thank you.
I finna,
Talk
man, I
about
finna let,
coon shit. I
I
told y'all
finna, I
this nigga's a
finna,
coon, bro.
I
He
finna
hates
let niggas
himself
run a
and he hates
train on
black
that bitch.
people, bro.
I
This is
finna
the
let
thing.
niggas
What?
run a train on that bitch. Fuck that hoe.
See what
This is
I'm
the thing.
saying? Now you're the
Ultimately,
problem, bro.
because that's what I'm saying.
Hold
Like
on, did you hear
like
what he
again.
just said, Domo?
I
He
Yeah,
gotta
but that's
finna
what
let
I'm
some
saying.
white
Like,
boys run a
God damn.
train on Candace. So, yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
but
Yeah, I
that's
gotta.
what I'm saying.
Hey, yo.
That's the problem, though, right? Because
I
at the,
gotta
like
say,
we
you
talking
for
about
yourself
we
tonight.
protect these people, they not in the circles that we in. You know what I'm saying? They not operating how like so. It's like it ain't even a question of would we protect them. We can't. The only question is, do we advocate for violence against them? And it's like, nah. I never say that white people that.
Mic check, mic check.
This nigga Domo got snatched. I thought I was tripping.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, Blue, you know that
I
shit's
know.
and this is like this is the
Yeah, I
problem,
gotta
bro.
say Q for myself on that one.
That
God
shit's
damn,
crazy, bro. Like, and this is what I mean. It's just the difference. Like, nigga, we this is in-house beef, bro. Like, it's and this is why this stuff is being done to them. That's what I'm trying to show this dude. Like, Sola said it earlier. The thing that should bother you, why can they do what they did to Kyrie, is the bigger problem, bro. And it's because of that attitude that, oh, since I don't fuck with that nigga, you can do what you want to him. But you don't see, do you understand what you're saying, the implications? Oh, I don't fuck with that nigga. Hey, why white people hang him, kill him, so what? But
Yeah,
they
we can't
don't
have that
respect
kind of
you.
disconnect.
They don't respect you after that because they know, nigga, if you see the difference when black people and white people commit the same crimes, are they like, oh, a crime is a crime? No. If a black man kill a white woman, nigga, they gonna handle it differently. And they should, honestly. I mean, in this, race game construct that they're playing. So no, nigga, I'm not gonna allow no one to hurt Candace Owens. I may talk shit about her, I may disagree with her, but you not gonna kill a black woman. And then and killing is one thing, but media persecution is just the same thing. You're trying to kill and crucify somebody in the media. It's not much different from the physical death. You see what I'm saying? So the same way we wouldn't sit back and watch some people attack Candace is the same way I'm saying we can't sit back and watch the Jewish community attack Kyrie and Kanye and Nick Cannon and all them. It's the same thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And niggas like Cube, and Cube's my nigga, man. We'll probably talk tomorrow. But Cube, you're a fucking coon, nigga. You're gonna sit here and say you wouldn't give a fuck if they ran a train on Candace Owens. That's your personal, and that's why we got the divestment community for niggas like you saying shit like that. You motherfucking predator head coon.
Yeah, bro, like,
That's
really?
my nigga. That's crazy, nigga. If they do something to Candace Owens, we gotta fucking tear this motherfucker up. Regardless.
Yeah, that's a problem, bro. That's still an issue.
Yeah.
I don't like nothing coming out of their mouth, righteously.
What happened to Domo though? He got beamed up. What happened?
Yeah, I think he got.
Because he was cooning a little bit too, though. But we got the queen on the joint. What's good?
Shout out to Sister Noble. What's going on with you?
Hey, how y'all doing tonight? I'm gonna make this very quick because this is a conversation that needs to be had by the men. This is a conversation for the men only, but I need to say this. I just want to say, Lex, thank you. I agree with every damn thing you said. Everything you said, I totally concur. Okay, I don't give a damn I don't care about Kanye West wearing a White Lives Matter T-shirt. I don't care about him marrying white women. I don't give a damn about none of that right now. We need to get behind Kanye West, and we need to get behind Curry Irving, Kyra Irving, and we need to get behind Candace Owens because she's already receiving hate mail. She's already receiving hate messages already. Okay, they're gonna go after her next. That's all. That's all I had to say. That's it.
Right. And when does the buck stop? That's what people don't realize. When you allow, okay, yeah, we just gonna sacrifice that because he's a coon, and when does it stop? You see what I'm saying? That's what
Yes.
we don't realize. It don't that you opening the door and it just keeps growing and growing, and before you know it, like it's out of control. Like, come on, man, who can't see that, bro?
Yeah.
And and that's our issue on power too. That's like part of our issue. It's like that ain't how you handle people. Like you silence people. Like we had an issue when Tommy Sotomayor came, but all we did was give him attention. Which that's the currency on YouTube is attention. And so all we did was feed him. We fed a Jesse Lee Peterson. You don't feed, like you just don't feed that. You know what I'm saying? That's how you righteously address it. You know what I mean? The people that Jews, the movies that Jewish people disagree with of their own kind, they silence those people. You ain't gonna never get a chance to hear a Jew speaking against another Jew. You know what I'm saying?
And they silence him in-house, Blue. Not in do they distance themselves from Howard Stern's crazy ass?
Hell nah.
You see what I'm saying?
They just forced that nigga on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? They forced him all the way out of the box.
Still making millions, bro. They ain't trying to hurt him. You see what I'm saying?
We gotta like it's different. Like we gotta kind of think of things a little bit more politically. That's why we saying like we just not in a predicament to where we can be politically correct about our image, about anything right now. Because right now the war is to make you look bad in every aspect. So it's like, nah, bro. We need always, especially we talk about reproduced black media, you should always be giving black people the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Where else? You know what I mean? Where else? It ain't gonna be on CNN. It ain't gonna be on Fox. Like you want to it's always we could play the truth game and we need to be telling the truth. Yeah, that's cool. We can play that game, but CNN is gonna tell the truth. Fox is gonna tell the truth, and the whatever other show, the different movies is gonna tell the truth. The TV show, everybody is keeping it real on you, and all of that is we complaining about that type of the image that China sees and the image that Japan sees, and you know what I mean, and other people around the world where they, you know what I mean, when they looking at us, it's like, yo, you can't complain about that and then don't fight against it.
Facts.
Yeah, I concur. Well, guys, I'm gonna step down. That's all I had to say, really.
I definitely appreciate you.
All right.
Anytime. All right, good night.
Yeah, that image war is serious, man. I don't think people understand how serious it is. Like, you're protecting your image. Like, it ain't about the person. It's about the fact that people need to know. Like, if you come for them black people, bro, okay, you better be solid and straight. It better be like some real shit. Like I said, if a nigga is a serial killer killing little black girls or something, you see what I'm saying? Then it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be pretty hard to defend. But a nigga making a statement, wearing a T-shirt, or saying, you know what I mean, like, or saying some real shit.
Like even
Like
in that case, it's like even in any case, it's like we don't need you blasting it. Like out of
facts.
all of those serial killers and rapists that you can be blasting, why are you picking me? Why are you gonna pick one of nah, bro? Stay like nah.
Right, because wasn't
But
there some
then
shit going on with one of them football players I heard that they was avoiding? Was it Brett Favre or something? Was in some
yeah,
who,
Brett Favre he had a whole food stamp a welfare scam.
you
I
see
know
what I'm
Brett
saying?
Favre just got caught in a whole welfare. Yeah, he was stealing welfare and all of that.
And that shit's been silent. And that's what I'm saying. And people don't see like a lot of this shit is like a distraction from having to expose they own with a lot of shit's going on. You see what I'm saying? So, you know,
It's weird,
um,
bro. Like I didn't like how, we allowed R. Kelly to be made like the face of some like freaky shit. As much disgusting stuff we know go down with these people and how they live their lives in general, we gonna allow nigga R. Kelly to be the face of some shit like
and
that?
Bill
Like,
Cosby. And
yeah,
Bill
and Bill
Cosby,
Cosby?
America's #1
Like,
father.
bro, what the hell is wrong with niggas? That
Yeah.
shit is horrible. Like, no, bro. Like,
We
yeah,
should have went. Yeah, we ain't letting y'all do that to the image of Bill
you can't
Cosby.
make
You
them
see
the
what I'm
face,
saying?
bro. like, like,
America's #1 dad. Like, nigga, nah,
no.
stop.
It was a lot of people, bro. You could have chose Weinstein. You could have chose like it's a bunch of
Right.
people that you could have picked. These niggas picked R. Kelly and damn Bill Cosby. Nah, man. Hell no. It's like now we're no, man. And I ain't saying like yeah we go like where they ain't, but nah, you can't make them the face. You gotta like all of the people. You Charlie Sheen ducked off. Why you ain't make Charlie Sheen the face of some shit?
Because they don't
All the stuff he was
understand.
doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. We ain't get none of that. That court case ain't get drugged through nothing. Like, it's a little bit too like we and that's the like a part of the thing with them making us Americans too. Is okay, so yeah, you're Americans and now you're the face of this and the face of that. Black Americans are the face of it. Like, nah, bro. We know how they get down. How the hell you gonna allow you like we use somebody else? That's all I'm saying. Use somebody else. You ain't got to find a nigga to plaster face. We get that on a regular basis. Anytime there's any crime, all they want to do is plaster your face all over the TV. No, nuh-uh. We've been made the face of of not only being a drug addict, but then the face of drug selling and drug dealing. Mind you, majority of us is low-level drug dealers. Like, and that's just being honest. In every situation, you need a plug, but somehow you the face of drug dealer. Like you need guns have to be shipped in to you. You don't really have access to guns. You don't even make guns. But you're the matter of fact, you don't even own as many guns as other Americans, but yet you're the face of gun violence and gun control. Nah, you can't. Like that's where the war is. Because with that, the more things that you become the face of that's negative, the more justification it is to eradicate. If not fully, at least limit your production or your reproduction. we gotta realize that we've been at a disadvantage. But with social media, it kind of levels the playing field in a way on how much we can control how we are viewed or how we are allowed to be viewed to the rest of the world. They have less control. They trying to now catch up on social media. So now Fox is trying to come on to YouTube and upload more clips and stuff like they trying to catch up. You got time to still kind of get in control of that and like, nah. At the same time they was trying to create R. Kelly as the face, nigga, we could have found somebody and put them up as the face. No, nigga, this the face of that shit. You can't use a blackface for that. But then also, with coming with that, that also puts more pressure on us because now that means that certain things got to be dealt with in-house. We can't just say it's in-house business and it don't get dealt with in-house. Part of our canceling attitude is because we feel powerless when it comes to actually handing out consequences. Calling people coons, that's not consequence. That really isn't. That's not how we handle shit. There needs to be actual consequences. It ain't through canceling. That ain't really making the cut. Because obviously, if you moving right, they the ones who's gonna give you, you know what I mean, that can give you the power or the attention or the views or whatever it is that they need you to get. No, it gotta be real consequences. So it's two parts to it. We can't allow you to use R. Kelly. We can't allow you to blast his face everywhere. We can't allow you to, you know what I mean, but at the same time though, if we talking about R. Kelly, that's in-house business. It can't just be we just call him a coon and move on. Nah, you need his ass whooped at a minimum. That's at a minimum. Something got to be handled. And that's a part of the fear when we do talk about black people gathering together and creating their own. It's the policing of self. I know we can do it. I've seen it because like I said, Liberia is a perfect example. But for some reason, we feel like we had this disconnect from there. So, like, it's gonna have to be proven that we will self-police. Canceling and calling people names, that's not self-policing. You just get to duck off. Go into you know what I'm saying? You get to go into hermit mode. Nah. So yeah, on one end, we gotta stand on our issues with our people being our problem. But then we gotta deal with the problem if we're gonna say it's an internal one. If these are internal issues, yeah, I ain't gonna let you deal with my brother. But I gotta deal with my brother. If I ain't gonna let you do it, if he in the wrong, If he in the wrong, you got to think at no point in time, regardless of what's wrong, who come up missing, any of that, is they letting us ramshack one of their towns and snatch anybody out until we figure out things, till we can figure out who's not guilty and who's guilty, who's right and who's wrong. But at the same time, you've just never really made that move. But at some point, that's a line that has to be crossed. That's been the one we've been tiptoeing to. It can't be no game. You can't be. Sometimes you're gonna get the wrong person. Unfortunately, it is what it is. The first, like we talked about this last time when we talked about Zionism in general and these people not needing an army. They fought and invested their energy and power and money into the mind, into controlling the mind. But when you look at social media, this opens up the gates. And that's one of the issues when you talk about what Kyrie did, regardless of how we feel about the DVD in itself or the documentary in itself, it does show it's a slit on them controlling how you think and how you view the world and how you view them yourself. And that's something that they not necessarily fond of, should I say. Is how we view ourselves. Remember, even when we go back to these different titles or names and we go back, most of the names that we get, whether we talking about African countries or whatever, most of these names are given to us by somebody else. Anytime you get names where it's referencing to burnt skin or burnt face or black skin or dark skin or any of that, you know that ain't you naming yourself. That's somebody else talking about you. That's somebody else talking about you. So it's always going to be a struggle and a fight for your mind. As long as they can control that, then they know that they control the fight. So when we talk about what we do with our media, it has to be black propaganda. It has to be. The movies have to be propaganda. The subliminals have to be propaganda. All leading towards the same thing, actually getting you to move. Because part of the issue is that the propaganda that they put on you, you don't know who to move on except for yourself. That's like part of the issue, is that it only seems to make you move on yourself or each other. For some reason, we have a hard time crossing these invisible borders, these invisible lines. But I don't think, in general, I don't think that we far from it. Because I think it's, in the end, it's instances like these that it only exposes how people feel about us in general. And I think a lot of times, every time we think that we're included in things, a Trump happens, a Kyrie Irving happens. Like it's almost like it's something just to kind of snap you out. Like, look at, yeah, you think everything is gravy, but look at it in the end. They even want to control how you. They still want to control how you view yourself, how you see yourself, and also how the world sees you. So it's like we gotta find a fine line with our entertainment, even how we're entertaining the things that make us laugh, because it's magic in all of that. It's magic in how you manipulate in vibrations and the sound to put it with the visuals in order to get people glued in and stay interested. Because it's one thing to get you to view it, but it's another thing to get you to stay tapped into it. That's different. Same thing with music. 50 Cent always said you got 10 seconds. The first 10 seconds, if you don't capture somebody their ear, they're gonna skip your song. And that's right. It's like you gotta have the magic. And if you can't show it, then at the end of the day, it's like you kind of wasting your time, especially when you talking about the fight. We got plenty of time. If we start now, I think the issue is though we keep putting it off. Our window of opportunity closed every time we push it off to another generation. But it's like at some point, exactly, we have to we have to control our narrative. Whether it be they decide they want to be Israelites, whatever it is. Yeah, I can say you're not no Israelite. Ain't nobody else finna tell you that. The same thing for the Kemetic. Yeah, I have my issues with that, with the pyramid, all of that, them being wrapped up in the Kemetic stuff all of the time. I definitely got my issues with that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna let them tell you you're not no Kemetic or Kemet wasn't black or any, you know what I mean? Like, nah, that's a different discussion. But that's why I say too, when we looking and we having a discussion with our Hebrew brothers and sisters, like we have to be able to come to the table to where we not, when we are coming to the conclusion with whatever information we are coming on, if we ain't deciding on one thing, that our information isn't colliding with each other. Meaning that the information, it we can't be disproving each other with our information, because now it just starts an issue, a bigger issue. It's more power in us controlling that whole area in general anyway. But I think a bigger concept is we looking at the world pay reparation to people based on them coming from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Well, I think that's worth a damn debate. That's just me. So yeah, I think I'm on chapter 5 of the movie right now. I have been watching it for the documentary. And of course, y'all know my stance when it comes to the whole ordeal. So yeah, it's hard for me to watch it. But out of respect, I respect the dude that did the movie, in general, all of that. But I think at some point we gotta address some of the narratives if we gonna say that black people is Israelites or y'all is whatever it is. We gotta address some of the narratives on how that is, how black people are Israelites. I don't think it can be like you gotta find a way to where it's not counterproductive to people you deem as Hamites. Let's just say that. Right. So we gotta figure out a way to get more of a merger with the people you deem as practicing Hamite culture. Just putting that in biblical terms. Because it is. I think it's one thing for there to be Israelites that were maybe in the Dahomey tribe or in the Zulu, in the Zulu tribe or whatever. But then it's an entirely different conversation when you claim the Zulu tribe or Israelites. Like, hold on, bro. Like, we got to compromise somewhere there. That's all I'm saying. But I think it's been a good one. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Y'all already know I got to give a special praise to the most beautiful goddess of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, Stemia, whose image is the most beautiful Whoopi Goldberg. Remember, if you are listening to this, together we are Babel. Let's build.
Just know that everything behind me soon to pass away. Ballin' on our own island, no castaway. I was trying to learn the craft, I can't masquerade. Every time we make magic, it gotta have the cake. They say the flowers in May spring from the showers in April. Burning sage by the pound, all over crystals is labeled. Try to line your re with meditation, you able. And you might get a read, tarot cards on the table. And she better have her altar in her living room. Really ever lighting candles cause she in the mood. Not to mention love spells she was sending through. To petition too old soon if you feeling blue. It feels strange to find a guide on a voyage. No, you ain't the same, I can feel it in your aura. Came on point like the horns of a Taurus. Say you won't change, better take that thing to oil. Have to think the constellations for the day they made you. Shit, ever since a minor, I've been playing major. Call me Private Ryan, I was trying to save you. See the stars is all the line and they designing greatness. So I be racing when we only chasing soul times. You finna be the centerpiece of my soul tribe. No twin flame soulmates from an old life. So I'm thinking Maorisha and you know why.
That girl bad, that girl bad. You don't wanna feel a black girl mad. You don't wanna make a black girl mad. But they always want what the black girl have. And I ain't talking about no rabbit in a hat trick. I say how it happened, this black girl magic. I ain't talking about no rabbit in a hat trick. I say how it happens, this black girl magic. And she gotta have a altar in the living room. Really never like candles cause she ain't a fool. Not to mention love spells she was sending through. Just petition to her soon if you feeling blue.
They say the flowers in May spring from the showers in April. Burning sage by the pound, all over crystals is labeled. Try to line your re with meditation you able. And you might get a read, tarot cards on the table.
That girl bad, that girl bad. You don't wanna feel a black girl mad. You don't wanna make a black girl mad. But they always want what the black girl have. And I ain't talking about no rabbit in a hat trick. I say how it happened, this black girl magic. I ain't talking about no rabbit in a hat trick. I say how it happens, this black girl magic.
it's moving through. Dark side, clearing up all the lies and the rumors too. Dark side, you say you want my life, you gotta fight me first. Dark side, come outside round here, there's nothing like church. Dark side, come and get this life work. They talked about Jesus, give them something to Babylon. Just know my whole team is battle tested and battle strong. One world speaking that Tower Babel tongue. Cold Hammurabi thinking ancient Babylon. No pun intended, Reaganomics had us under avalanche. We took off like a rocket, they was praying we could never launch into the upper echelon. You can never be yourself. Every day is Comic-Con, fast money Ramadan. Who collected Conacom? Cold check my vital signs. Motel 6 float. Woke up with the brightest mind. Out of sight, out an idle mind. They hate it when you idolize. We living in the final times. Guess you Ellen Keller blind. Spirit when it's moving through. Dark side, clearing up all the lies and the rumors too. Dark side, you say you want my life, you gotta fight me first. Dark side, come outside round here, there's nothing like church. Dark side, come and get this life work. Put my soul on the altar, I never offer a sacrifice. The blood that we need for the lamb ain't never acting right. I take my path tonight, knowing that I might have to fight. I probably grab a knife and a 9. I guess I'm packing light, focus on the now, just as much as the afterlife. I recognize the spirit is only taking up half the fight. Stairway to heaven, he won't make it up half a flight. He working, making bacon bits, probably out on the Sabbath night. Shoot for the moon, hoping to hit a satellite. You can ask him why when they see me, they call on Adonai. When we both know at the most he telling you half a lie. Feel the transition begin to happen when passing time. I came back in the sky, just like an astronaut, to say you selling Africans out. See you and asking Mike, and it's sad to say they really had it bad for Christ. And I hear the Habasha thinking they other half is white. Spirit when it's moving through. Dark side, clearing up all the lies and the rumors too. Dark side, you say you want my life, you gotta fight me first. Dark side, come outside round here, there's nothing like church. Dark side, come and get this life work.